So today I rode up here with Benny. It took about an hour and 20 minutes. We met Mav here. We set it up everything. It's a little warm in here.
All right, I'm going to get you to talk one more time.
I'm sorry that the temperature is not to your liking.
I mean, I was already on Yelp when I got here, so.
Oh. Heat rises. We can't really do anything about that, so.
There's a lot of heat down there.
It's fair.
I'm not mad at it.
Bestie fire.
All right, we are good to go.
Parents strongly caution, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Hey everybody, this is Vianci from the Let's Talk After Dark podcast. With me as always,
Benny.
and
Mav.
special guest
Ashley,
from
Boston Pole Fitness.
Awesome. All right, guys, this is the Let's Talk After Dark podcast where everything goes and nothing's off the table. All right, so Mav, take us away, baby.
Real quickly, should we do the plugs in, like to follow us?
Yeah, we should actually.
LTAD.
Yeah.
You know, so as you're watching this, any questions, hashtag LTAD, as well as follow us on
Spotify, Apple, everything to listen to our podcast, but follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Not Twitter. We don't have Twitters.
We got a
Instagram
Twitter.
and Facebook.
We have a Twitter.
All right. Also, make sure you follow
Boston Pole Fitness, first of all, on Instagram. I think we have a Facebook group, but I'm not on Facebook because I don't mess with Mark Zuckerberg. So
You don't mess
so
with Mark
you know what?
Zuckerberg?
Speaking of which, let's introduce this lovely lady across from us, Miss Ashley. Ashley,
hi,
tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, first of all?
I'm from outside of Boston, but the Boston area. For those of you who are familiar with the area, I'm from like Easton. It's like nowhere.
Oh yeah, I know where Easton is.
Okay.
Stonehill's College there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a pole instructor at Boston Pole Fitness. I've been doing pole for about a little over 4 years and teaching for 2.
And she's also good friends with Sada.
Yeah.
Shout out to homegirl Sada.
Yeah, we love Sada.
All right.
So I just want to mention, I did check out your Instagram,
Uh-huh.
and I gotta tell you, man, that shit looks physically demanding
Thank
and
you.
very difficult. And I think it's very impressive that you are able to pull that off.
Thank you. Oh yeah, you can follow me.
Right?
Yeah, I was gonna
myself.
say,
Yeah, right.
At it's complicated. It's a.dre.
So we're gonna put the name of her
Just put it-
Instagram.
thank you.
Well, yeah, we'll put it down below.
Yeah, my bad. I wasn't really trying to have a thing when I started this.
I got a quick question. So before we started talking about that girl who fell off the pole that was about 15 feet high, fractured jaw, right? What has been the most, I don't want to say the most dangerous thing you've done that may not have worked out well, but have you ever gotten hurt doing this?
Doing pole, so before I started doing pole, way earlier when I was in college and high school, I did a lot of sports, and I was always injured. So I like to think
what
that
sports did you do?
I'm field hockey, tennis, ice skating.
So she grew up in a suburb.
Oh,
Yes,
so you,
yes,
you grew up
yes.
like
You
you grew up like me and
Oh.
Biaggi.
Yeah, you grew up in the suburbs.
Okay.
Play
All right,
tennis.
okay.
Okay, we gotta play tennis, girl.
Right,
Let's go.
right, okay. So I feel like I'm injury prone, but I don't want to say that people do get hurt doing pole.
Absolutely.
I have an ongoing problem with my left trap. You get really good at knowing anatomy because I'm not gonna run to the doctor every time I pull something.
Absolutely.
But I did tear my hamstring. That was probably now that I think about
I
it.
don't go to the doctor unless I feel like I'm dying.
Right. So when my hamstring didn't heal after 2 weeks of me doing the rice treatment, you know what I mean? Then I went to the doctor and they were like, "Yeah, your shit's torn." So all right. That's
So
it.
real quickly, you said this. What is this stuff called?
Angostura bitters.
Yeah, you said you gotta support it for the culture.
Yeah.
Explain.
It's Caribbean made, exported, one of the best bitters in the world. And I think that's important because the Caribbean has a lot of things stripped from them, but we're going to hold on to Angostura
Especially the
bitters.
culture.
Right.
Are you Caribbean?
Yeah, I'm Jamaican.
Me too.
You Jamaican?
There you go.
I'm half Guyanese.
You're half guy. Wait, are you asking me?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm just Puerto Rican, if anybody cares.
Still part of the Caribbean. Just not just
a weird not state. You're welcome.
A U.S. territory.
Yeah, America welcomes you but doesn't.
But no, she's
So
right though.
why-
The Caribbean culture has been stripped.
It has. But why when I said Guyanese, you got offended? Like, if I was calling
Oh
you that?
no!
What's
I
up
was
with this island beef? Like, okay, we're not exactly part of the West. You know, we're not an island, but we're still part of the
I
West.
think y'all just wear too much Puma.
he wants to take it. I wasn't
y'all wear too
even
much
saying
Puma.
all that. I just thought that you were like guessing, and I was like, that's a random guess. There's nothing wrong with
It would be a random
Guyana.
guess,
Like
but
it's
no.
lovely. Gotta
Is it though?
see. Why
Wait, no. She was about to say gotta what? She's like about to say gotta.
Don't be
Don't put
be
us out
nice
like
for the
that.
camera.
I mean,
You know how we
Y'all
get down?
Jamaicans always be trying, man.
we love everyone
Jamaicans don't love anybody.
except Haitians. I love Haitian people. I'm sorry, my family conditioned me
to promote.
to not.
I have a question now. You said you are now. Before we were talking a little bit before behind scenes stuff like that. That you're in a relationship now.
Yes,
How's that going for you?
great
Yes. Now,
Guy or girl?
guy.
Okay, just
Good. No,
it is-
No, that's a
it
great
is
question.
It
That's
is
a
a
great
legit
question.
question.
It's a great
100%.
Yeah.
Does he do pole?
he actually, so he came to class
He had that tried it, right?
2 weeks ago, but it was for a choreo class. It wasn't for an actual pole class. He was really disappointed. 'cause
So is he a dancer?
No, not at all. He
No?
wants to try.
What does he do?
He's a
to do
street
pole.
nigga.
Damn.
He works in IT.
Oh, okay, okay.
Lovely.
Well, you know, there's like IT,
ITS in the streets.
like IT, like
information technology.
for a company.
Yeah, for the streets.
All right, not like ripping off. All right. Shout out to our boo. Shout out to your boo.
sending signals.
No, so
Well, you know,
like no, because I wanted to talk about this before because we were talking about how there were certain things that you just didn't want to talk about, and you know you gotta tread the line really finely, especially when you get into a relationship, right?
Right.
Now, in our previous episodes, Mav has explained that with him and his relationship, like it's very open, like you know what I mean, like they say do whatever they kind of hell want, right?
Right.
Do you feel like going from single? How long were you single before you jumped into a relationship?
When did I get into when I was 30 years? I was single for 30 years.
wait. Time. You've never had a boyfriend all your life?
No, I mean, I had like
You did your thing.
situationships.
Oh,
and,
situationship.
and
So-
then I was like in a relationship for like, I don't know, 9 months before that, like at the max.
So, for me, like my last relationship was like 6 years ago, right? And I've gotten very.
Bianchi was born single and just gonna fucking stay like that forever.
I'm single in a relationship. So for me, the hardest part, because what you said was one of the reasons why I have trouble like jumping into relationships. It's because I like being able to do what I want when I want, say what I want.
He's
where I want
allergic
kind
to
of
one
thing.
vagina.
But stop saying that. But like it's one of the fears I have, because you do have to, out of respect and compassion for your person that you're with, like you do have to like thread that line and take them in consideration. It's only the right thing to do. Thanks.
And I don't want
I love this. This is on spot correction.
I don't want it to seem like he's not out here like policing me, and I would never be with somebody that is like that.
Right.
So it's not like that at all. It's just that you don't want to present yourself in a way that reflects badly on the other person. All right.
No,
so,
I get that.
So that's really all it was. I don't like.
So do you feel like you can be 100% yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And how does so? My thing was asking about if he does pole, because I want to see in relationships. Sometimes guys, they get this like, oh, she's a pole dancer, excited,
Yeah.
that excited thing, and then when they get to it, it's like, I can't handle this. Oh, why are you doing? Why?
Everybody
You know
loves
what I mean?
hold on. Everybody loves a naked girl on Instagram until it's their girl.
Right.
So, question:
So-
do you just do pole, or do you work in clubs?
No, I only do.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have like a job, like a real 9 to 5.
This is a real job.
I mean, I have an actual office job.
Oh, okay.
9 to 5. This is my hobby turned side hustle. Thank you. I would never date anybody that had a problem with me doing pole, and
Facts.
I used to like.
But most people won't express that out the gate.
So I
saw
got
it here.
there. Yeah, I got to that point where I was dating somebody at one point in time, and of course he would say like, "No, I don't have a problem with you doing pole." But then when you delve into it, right, he'd be like, well, why did you, I think we were out with my girlfriends. We had gone out to a bar, and pole people are extra. So we were, putting our leg up
Is
in
it
the corner.
is it just
to
pole
take
people, or is it
pictures.
just women in general?
That's a fair question.
wait, say that again.
Is it pole people? He was asking if it's pole people or just women in general. that
She's
are
like,
extra.
that's a yeah.
we're the most.
When the Remy hit the system,
We the most extra.
You're the most extra.
Yeah, we the best at being extra.
So there's
and-
somebody behind the camera. Is that true?
So we were there putting our leg up in the bar, taking pictures, posing, like doing little gymnastic type shit.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. And I showed him the picture. He's like, "Why were you doing that?" And I was like, "Because it's fun."
You talking about the do you in now?
No. This is the dude
Oh,
I was
somebody
in
else.
the past.
Oh, okay.
The situation shit.
And he was like, "I just don't understand why you need to do it. It's not for you to understand why we're doing it. We felt like doing it, so we did it." And it kind of like little things like that would creep up, and I was like, "You really actually do have a problem with me doing pole."
Correct.
And he
A lot of warning signs.
But you'd be surprised. There are more people like that than there are more people
and he
who aren't.
was a self-professed, feminist and women's rights, and really all he wanted to do
He
was to
told
make
you
sure
everything
that
you wanted to hear.
to make sure that you would be hoey enough to do what he wanted to do, fetish-wise, and not feel any kind of way about
We
it.
haven't talked about those men yet because I haven't had anybody come across. But yes, there's a lot of those guys who have those fetishes that say the right things and do the right things. Great manipulators just to get what they want out of relationships without really atoning or actually wanting anything to do with the individual themselves.
I'm working on myself, man. Leave me alone.
I was going to call you out. I was
Leave me
going to
alone.
say, these Viachi
We're just gonna drop subtle hints.
Leave me alone.
So pole is a really good test for that, right? So if you're a woman or anyone who does pole really, and you're with a partner, that's the ultimate test right there. Like,
So
can you handle that?
quickly, put a plug in for yourself right now. Like, if anybody wants to get at you to try the pole class, what's the thing? Like, don't they have to do like 3 little things before they could do or something like that? How does it work? Like, if I wanted to do pole,
We changed the
Well,
rules.
he loves pole, so.
We changed the rules.
why did you think you were about to throw up? Wait a second. She legitimately regurgitated her mouth. Like,
I have a very expressive face.
I
and
can't. Yeah. So you're saying like the thought of me doing pole is just
No, I think you should. I really do.
no, that was not the face you made.
What I was,
That's because that's not the pole she was thinking
I
about.
was side-eyeing his comments
That's
because
not
I
the
know
pole.
y'all some shady motherfuckers.
The island get it. The island get it.
How am I shady?
The island
No,
get it.
I know you all are shady. It's not an insult.
She said we take digs at each other, so she gets it.
It's not an insult.
I was being so professional.
I
here.
said you love pole.
I was told to calm down.
I did tell him to be nice.
It's fine.
But,
y'all need to. I take the kid gloves off. We good. But
Okay. Oh my God.
yeah,
I bet you. I bet you there's another pole.
There's a leash. There's a fucking collar under there.
Puma shit under there.
He takes off his collar.
I was just
and
gonna say,
with the spikes.
So let's talk about where you grew up because you got some bouginess in you that I like. It's an attractive feature, but at the same time, it's one of those you know what you want, the type of shit you like and how you like it, etc., etc.
So I grew up in the margins of privilege. I'd say, like,
You never really wanted for anything, or not wanted, but needed for anything.
yeah, I was put into private schools and boarding school and all that
So
kind
your
of
parents
stuff.
kept you away from the elements, like.
Well, I think it's actually really interesting because where I lived, there weren't a lot of black people,
Yep.
so I didn't have that. My family is obviously black, so I know black people. But it was in boarding school in New Hampshire where I met most of my black friends.
Yeah.
That's when I started to hang out with black people.
Because you guys all had to.
Yeah, 'cause it's
we
like,
need to band together.
Yo,
There's an unspoken bond
It really is.
between
No,
a few black people in an area
Right.
full of white people. There's an unspoken bond.
We
Like
did this together.
if shit goes
Right.
down,
Exactly.
right.
I got you.
Uh,
I know.
Like I like to go skiing. I know.
So who are your other two friends
There's nothing
that
wrong
were
with
there?
that.
Right, thank you.
Snowboard ski.
I like to go skiing.
wait.
So when you go into a ski resort,
also-
you there.
Hold on,
you
wait, hold on. Don't cut off. I want to
doing
finish.
the nod to all the black people
Yeah.
that are there. You know what I mean?
So me and Viachi talk about this a lot. Do you get told by some of your more, let's say, urban black friends that you're too white,
That you're not black enough.
not black enough?
White.
Not anymore.
That's the one that gets under my skin.
This was like we did all these conversations when I was in high school, right?
Yeah.
So like back in the early 2000s, this is when that stuff tended to happen. And I think now I'm self-possessed enough to know the kind of people, like I'm not going to waste my time trying to explain to anybody
Thank you.
that I talk the way I talk or I am the way I am. And there's people from all walks of life who understand that. So
Yes.
it's not like you're cutting people off because of
Right.
where they come from. But by the same token, right, like I'm not going to waste my time dealing with people that tell me I'm too white or telling me that you can't pole or whatever it is, whatever aspect of
I
myself.
seen your Instagram.
You know what I mean?
got that.
So what got you into pole?
So I had a friend.
What got you in the pole?
What got me into pole?
On the pole. I mean,
On the
I'm
pole?
sorry, go ahead, go
Y'all
ahead.
need to work this out.
We're trying to work it out. It's called therapy.
I see.
Couples therapy.
This is our therapy. We good.
So,
Working it out.
let's see, poll. Oh, how did I get started? I went through a really rough patch where I think my grandma had died. I got dumped, and then somebody broke into my car within like 2 weeks.
That was all 2 weeks of each other?
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
said,
First,
fuck it,
I'm
I'm
sorry to hear
stripping?
about your grandmother.
It's like 5 years ago. Thank
Still,
you.
sorry
People
to hear about
die.
your grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part
She's
of life.
lovely.
The
She was
most,
great.
most prominent part of life.
Thank you.
But you got dumped and somebody broke. It was a nigga that dumped you that broke into your car, by the way.
I wish, because I would have locked that dude up. But like, yeah. So it all happened within, and I think like we all have these like self-destructive tendencies, and at the time, I was kind of sick of it. I didn't feel like wallowing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something different. And so I had a friend who I'd gone to high school with, and she did pole in Philadelphia, and I'd like watched her. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try that. And I like walked into the studio and practically never left.
Yeah.
So it was just to keep moving at a time when
Keep your mind going.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, keep busy.
Same reason you do
So, like,
comedy.
Same
Just
reason I do
keep
comedy.
it going, yeah.
Same reason you doing music again. You know.
Wow.
He doesn't do music, but
I
he's
don't
about to
do
drop an
music.
album.
He's about to drop an album.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
but the funny thing is, my wife is getting into pole, and she wants to do it too, more for the she just loves the acrobats.
Gotta
and
love
stuff
your
like that.
relationship.
It is. Yesterday, after my comedy club, I got paid for it. Took her to the strip club, so she get a lap dance.
Hey,
She's been doing so much for me. So
that's
and it's
nice.
funny because everyone thought it was weird because they're like, it's not for you. It's like, nah, it's not for me.
No.
It's whatever she wants.
Yeah.
They're like, is she okay? She's a grown woman. Stop asking me like I'm a parent. Like, this is my wife. If she says yes, she wants you to dance with her, dance with her.
Right.
Here.
She can make
here's
her own
money.
decisions,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lap dances are
I
phenomenal.
feel so, but you know what? It just made me
Oh my
feel
God,
bad.
they're
Like
so much
we're
fun.
still at that part where even women to women still feel like they need to address the man for permission. It's like, what the hell's up with that?
Which it's funny because every restaurant I go to, if I bring a woman, they'll only address her first and then get to me, out of respect for her, thinking that that's a sign of respect.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, I know it. Yeah, because
When
you
you the
never
nigga
had
that's paying? Nah.
you never had to, like, okay, say you and your boo thing. What's his name? You can just say
His name is AJ. He's lovely.
AJ. Okay, so
Sound like a street nigga.
Y'all gonna leave him alone.
AJ Smith.
Smith. No, it's a sweetheart.
You'll start getting
Is
threats on our
wait,
Instagram and shit.
Is AJ a brother or is AJ?
Oh yeah,
white?
he's black.
I didn't know. Like you give that
Rude.
soul that you
That's
like the
rude.
brothers, but at the same
That's
time you
rude.
could
White
be
people
like
don't
that.
have nicknames like that.
Huh?
White boys don't have
Yeah,
White boy's
nicknames.
name
Yes, they
AJ?
do. White
Like,
boy's name
AJ.
AJ.
AJ was in the Backstreet Boys.
Thank you.
There's an AJ
Thank you.
Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
But he
No,
was.
I
he
honestly,
was.
I-
He was.
He was.
See? Yo, I- thank
The
you.
goddamn
He
Backstreet
was.
Boys, though.
So my thing
Like,
is,
for
I
real.
just feel like white people don't have names like that, and they don't have cousins.
What?
I feel like white
I
people
know
don't
what
have
you're saying. I know
I
what
know
you're saying.
exactly
I know
what
I feel like
you're
white
going
people
through.
don't have cousins and nicknames.
I know what you're saying.
They don't have cousins. They have extended
They
family
have.
members.
They have their. Yeah, there's my nuclear
And most of them are
family,
only
and
children.
then
Like,
there- I'm an only child. Don't come for the only
where'd you grow up
children.
again?
That's rude.
You are an only child.
Yes.
So that explains a lot. Only child, boarding school. You
Look at that
are
face.
you are legitly the.
She's taken back by a lot of things that you say, my brother.
She is. I've seen the
I
eyes.
just don't like the tone. That's all.
If-
Keep coming.
Ooh.
Is it because his shirt's mad low? Is it the Puma?
Listen, it's green. We should like that.
Oh, there's no yellow in it though.
I know it's a weird green. No,
You
it's
see
not.
what I'm
on my
saying?
glasses.
Yeah, what is up with that? Is that like a computer thing?
So like I have a real job too. I'm an optician, so I do glasses. I make all my own glasses, but since you're gonna say a computer thing,
Yeah.
you know what though?
He does
It's
look
okay.
like the black version of the Iron Girl.
Oh, the Iron Girl, nigga. I can't even get like.
No, because she has the same hair and everything. She has the poofy hair like that and everything. You never seen her?
I love mad
What
hair.
product do you use? Because this is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, right?
It is, right?
it's
It's soft
gorgeous.
as shit, too.
I mean, I know we all don't have the same hair type. It's not gonna happen. That's the Guyanese in you. But like, how did
This is Native American too, baby. Listen,
that's
is
y'all
full.
think there was Native Americans in Guyana?
listen.
There's Native Americans
There's
everywhere.
Native
in this
American
world.
anywhere. I'm
Indigenous
just saying.
people.
Indigenous people all over the planet.
Listen,
Right.
if you black and you in America, you were the native. We shouldn't be paying taxes, but we'll talk about that later. Gotta read my book. It's the truth.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
He said,
But
read your
then
book.
social programs would crumble
That's
and
true
fall.
too. You have to contribute because there'll always be a margin of people who can't.
Black
help
people are
themselves.
contributing
But
enough
who and really need it.
And black people are already contributing a lot already.
Oh yeah, America was built off the back
They
of
still
blacks, my
are.
brother.
Incarceration.
Incarceration. Keeping people like
Modern
Michael
day
Jordan
slavery.
rich.
That's what, yeah. That
Word.
right there is like still the slave trade. Let's not,
No, the
And let's-
NFL
let's-
is a modern
is-
day slave trade.
NFL, pretty much
NBA.
all
No,
the
What's the
sports,
college
you
one?
know what
The
I mean?
college one is straight.
Oh, college,
100%.
That
College
builds
is
it up.
a-
The
is a
college builds it
problem.
up because they get you in there,
Yeah.
gets you good. Then now you're in the NBA, nigga, spell your name.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. Are they even getting paid?
I'm not gonna front. I went to a liquor store. I went to a liquor store. Hold on. We're gonna talk about that because like the education, like they just teach them how to be athletes.
Yeah,
like just athletes and get them by on C minuses. But like I went to.
Oh wait.
No. I went to the liquor store today to buy this shit, right? And I was like, yo, do you have 3 olives, right? And he was like, olives? I was like, yeah. He's like, yo, how do you spell that? I said, nigga, you don't know how to spell olives? I was like, yo, like, what happened?
To be fair,
he was like, nigga, just go to back and grab a 40.
To be fair,
like, yo, what?
It's a brand, right? And sometimes brands do creative spelling.
But if I just say olives, you're not gonna assume it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
And it's not that I'm making fun of him.
I know.
I'm just saying, like, his upbringing, his schooling, everything failed.
So you're saying that Floyd Mayweather really can't read?
Well, that man has CTE. That is what that is.
But he's never. Stick and move. He ain't never been hit.
In training, he probably got a couple of punches.
But the fact that 50 did point out that he couldn't read is like a big deal because they just trained him like, yo, just be an animal.
Yeah,
like you see what I'm saying? Like
same thing with Tyson.
Like just be an animal, like just like Tyson. But for some reason, whoever's in Tyson's corner is really helping him, so he doesn't go broke.
Because he went to jail and came out a reformed man.
But like
pigeons,
the fact that he still continuously is able to make money and continue his lifestyle, somebody in his corner is really guiding him in the right direction.
Right.
But like somebody like Floyd, he just made stupid. But like for me, if Floyd's money disappears, Floyd disappears.
No, he won't. He's gonna be the new Flavor Flav.
Ooh, let's not relegate him to that.
You don't tell me if you see him broke, you wouldn't see him being like Flavor Flav.
Honestly. What, doing like a reality show?
Exactly, yeah.
I get that. That's what
I
mean?
A lot of old
I'm surprised he don't have one now.
He got some money. He got mad money.
I have a lot of problems with boxing as a sport. Not just because I really don't like violence, but also the type of men who gravitate towards boxing. I don't want to generalize here, but they tend to be fairly misogynistic. They have a lot of problems with people.
Masculinity issues.
Yeah.
Well, because that's how you create the greatest beasts.
And I don't want to sit here and encourage them to get the kind of platform like a Flavor Flav would have. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
So I don't want Floyd to come up off of his personality because personality is trash.
Word.
Right?
Oh, his personality, he's
garbage.
Yeah.
He's not a nice person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And Tyson wasn't.
If you listen to this, you are a very extremely nice person.
I mean, Tyson wasn't really a nice person. Like he beat the shit out of Robin Givens. Like, you know what I mean? So like,
I don't think there's any.
Because they got money and power. That's why.
And they're also like, keep in mind, like look at our examples, right?
Right.
These are men who grew up and people are like, yo, fight. Like be the biggest man you could be. Be the toughest, the most animal you can be. Like. If that's
modern day gladiators,
but if that's their nature, so here's my thing. Like we had a conversation about women dating hood niggas. Mm-hmm. Like if this nigga's life has been about him scamming, cheating, stealing, fighting, what makes you think that when he gets mad at you, he won't just turn that on you?
But I don't want to put that as a product of hood niggas. Like there's white men, white collar criminals who scam, cheat, lie, like all those kind of things. That's their entire upbringing.
You didn't see that movie with J-Lo?
So it's not that it's this, it's a cross section of masculinity that goes across all upbringings, right? So you don't want to put that on just hood niggas because there's a lot of hood niggas.
You set me straight right there.
Thank you.
I like that.
There's a lot of hood niggas with a lot of heart. We love you. Some of y'all.
Can we get that, like, every now and then, just get that handshake so we can always remind Viachi that somebody bested him once?
That's your role here? Is to inject the.
No. It's just, he comes. He has really great views, and it's very rare that
I get corrected.
He gets corrected.
No,
but everybody has the ability to learn. Right?
It was adding nuance to the conversation. It's not correct.
Is it that, or we just don't point it out?
Very angry.
We don't point that shit out. We try to make it. Fuck you, baby. We try to make it mental thing for me. How did your parents take when you said you were doing pole?
They don't like it very much.
They don't like it at all?
My dad is white, so let's put that
Really?
out there. Yes.
Couldn't tell.
Really?
Just saying,
Thank you. My dad is white, but he also I didn't live with my dad, so like our relationship.
So is your dad like Jewish white?
No.
Irish white?
Like German white. Yeah.
That why you got anger issues?
Wow, maybe.
So you're German chocolate?
Yeah, so
she's like, yeah, look at that hair. She's like, yeah, boy,
He tries to be supportive in whatever way he can because our
Yeah.
relationship is strained. So like, you know, when I started doing pole, he really didn't have the grounds to say anything other than good job, hun, proud of you. For my mom, it's still a tough onboarding process because you know,
are you guys first generation Americans?
I am first generation. My mom was born in
Does she have a hard time separating pole from actual stripping?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
even though it's a great workout and a great way to stay
she
safe.
came to a class too. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And even then it's always something different. So when I first started pole, I think the thing she said to me was, well, it'd be one thing if you were competing because that's, you know, that legitimizes it in her mind. Well, now I compete, right? So like,
that's what's up.
But did you also tell her like people go to the gym?
I did. I mean, it took
But
me
it's
4 years.
different because, you know, like, and I'm happy you brought it up. I was gonna bring it up. I don't really know you were first gen, but I was having this conversation about being first gen.
Right.
You know, here from well, pretty much Americans is so different because you have that old school third world type expectation where all they know is what they see.
Right.
You know what I mean? When my mom came over here, she like, you know, dating a black guy was a no-no.
Right.
She married a black guy. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you could, anybody could be dark skinned, but just not a black American.
Right.
You don't mess with them at all.
Right.
You know, she brought in, you know,
Nobody in the world likes black American men.
No.
Yeah, my mom has tried to steer me into some interesting people.
Interesting, like arranged marriage.
Like it's not. I don't think you don't know me because I've never liked that person. She wants me to date like.
She's like,
Ezra
but I like
Klein.
him, right? She's
Y'all
like,
know
I like
who
him.
Ezra Klein is? It's like an analyst on like MSNBC's.
Oh, yeah,
little white
yeah.
Jewish guy. And she'd be like, "That's the kind of man I see you marrying." I'd be like, "What the
away
fuck
from
are you
AJ.
talking about?" Yeah, so like, but like, it was hard because at first it was, I don't want you doing this. Then there was a time when I was doing go-go dancing at like in nightclubs.
Oh, that's dope.
And
Wait, did you ever do it at
see that
Foxwoods?
shit?
no, just like Machine, and it was like this it's a gay club that's in Boston. So I was like, it's a gay club, first of all, so it's not men leering at me or anything like that, right? Like I was dancing on.
It was more for just scenery's sake.
Right,
That's all it
you're
is,
just
yeah.
there, you're dancing, but there was a pole there, and people do tip you. And so when the pictures would come out of people stuffing like dollars in my like, where the fuck else am I supposed to put the dollars? You have to stuff them. It's a logistics issue at that point. Like, you know what I mean? So like, she would get really
Should have had a
upset.
fanny pack, right?
Yeah, it's just like your grandmother would be turning over in her grave. If my grandmother would be turning over her grave for a lot of shit that her grandkids do. And so like it was this thing, so it's this fight. Now I don't dance, and it became such an issue. And I think that's the only concession I made to my family. Got you. That I don't dance in clubs. But you know, it was always there was always like a bar that it was you're not competing. If you were competing, it would be fine. If you were at first she actually said if you were teaching and making money, that would be fine. Then I taught and made money. Well, if you were competing, that would be a different thing. Now I compete. You know what I mean?
She just kept kicking
like,
the rock.
It's one thing if you
made it harder.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you like perform with people.
So-
When I performed for a legitimate artist, and it's
You in a
still,
music video?
No, I performed for Big Crit at his concert.
Yeah.
And it's still a problem. You're putting yourself out there. You're doing it. Yeah, like that's.
So no matter what you do, it's
not. So
It's-
her
it's-
problem was with Pope.
It's
you know
not.
what I mean?
But it's once that money comes in, where you can say, "Hey, ma,
Right.
here's this. Hey, ma, here's that new car." Then that mentality
See,
also
I don't
changed.
know. I don't know if I'll ever get there with Pope. So it's like.
Hey. First of all, in front of Mav, we don't say that.
Oh.
Just let it be. Let it be. You
But
never
that's
know.
this is the thing. So it's not so much that I'm saying I'm counting myself out. It's like I may not ever put all my energy into doing pole.
So where's your true passion at then?
I mean I like policy. Like I like policy. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you weren't really expecting that. Like I'm an academic at heart.
Yeah.
No, you could tell that your whole personality screams that.
Thank you.
You know,
I'm
like,
not gonna take that offensively.
it's not.
It's a compliment.
She wants to be
Call
so
me a
combative with
goddamn
you. It's
nerd.
crazy.
Remember when I talked about the last episode about black women and how sometimes when you say
So
things,
Mav doesn't like black people.
If you couldn't tell. No.
It's fine.
People don't think I like black people.
But I'm only half black.
Me too. So it's only like, you know. my thing is.
Cooley.
Kinda.
Oh, okay.
Why you whisper Cooley? I'm a Cooley, yeah. Kind of, it is.
Yo, you know what we didn't
You know
do?
that term is offensive?
It is. Yeah, people don't like you using it.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's to each person. I like being called Cooley. But like when people say their hair is dreadlocks, I don't like people saying dreadlocks. I like to call them locks. Don't call them dreadlocks. Call them locks in front of me. It's just my thing.
Because you're not a dread.
They're not dread. It's
Right.
it's not a dreadful thing. It's a heritage. It's
That's okay. Is that really where that word comes from?
Nah, he's just trying to add more to it.
No, so locks. Okay, they have Goldilocks, right? Which is, her hair was the same way.
Yeah.
And everything. Even if you look at Vikings, they had locks. They call them locks and everything. But all of a sudden, when they came down to Jamaicans and everything, they were called dreadlocks. Why was that? So someone came. There's just research. It's not 100% proven, but I read the story. I read the article. It made sense to me.
read it.
That sounds like some Dr. Sebi ass. There's probably a whole bunch of typos in that.
Don't come at my man, Dr. Sebi.
Sounds like some
he's
hotep.
dead.
Sounds like
Sebi
some
cannot
hotepery.
defend himself right now.
Sounds like some hotepery. Sorry, I haven't read it, so that's me speaking.
That's okay.
Just my
You know
first
what?
impression.
I read the title.
It's understood, but yeah. So it's saying that
Sounds like some third eye
They
type.
call them. They call.
Are you not one of those people?
Hell the fuck no.
No, she's not. She's an academic. Science, books,
But like
facts.
the real
I'm so happy.
science stuff.
I came in here and I seen Chakra.
That's not me. I don't own a studio.
I'm so happy.
Boston Pole Fitness is a great place and everybody should come. That being said, I did not decorate the studio. This is not a reflection of me.
We didn't do our unofficial
I'm
sponsor.
so happy.
This is a reflection of me.
We didn't do our unofficial sponsor.
Oh no, I'll let her do it.
I don't believe in cultural appropriation of a lot of stuff. So I come in here, I poll, I get out. That's what I do. I listen to some Beyonce, I leave. You know what I mean? So
I need to listen to Beyonce. No, I'm just joking. So here's the thing. I'm so happy you're like she's like not into that because you are.
Oh.
And I have a very hard time dealing. Like I legit have gotten up and left dates because she said, "Oh, what's your sign?"
Yeah.
when is your birthday, by the way?
Don't do
Do
this shit.
you want my sign?
Don't do this.
Sure,
shit.
just
I'm a Virgo. Not say it's a Virgo though, so it's okay. Not that it matters because it's not like there's only 12 personality types and they're all based on when the hell you came out your mom.
Virgo just sounds
You know what I
cooler
mean?
though.
So-
no. There's more than just 12 personality types.
Oh, that's right. There's the 13th one or something one.
Stop! Don't get him started.
It's just
new
which
one?
It's just which one you portray to lead you the most.
Yeah, your moon sign, your
Your sun sign.
Your after dark
Pluto
sign.
sign, your stop sign.
I don't want to shit on people that believe in astrology. I'm also not very religious.
Oh no,
So
I don't.
you're not a spiritualist either.
Nah, not really. No.
So you are. That's quite interesting. Interesting.
But I was raised in the church. It's not for me.
Yeah, but church is just a play group. Church is not religious.
Church don't want
church
me.
is just a.
Spirituality don't want me because I like to point out things that don't make sense.
That's right.
And nobody likes that.
They hate that shit.
Nobody likes the well actually person, and I'm the well.
No, but you need well actually because that keeps people in
you know what I
check.
mean? So.
What's your sign?
Like, what we gonna do with that?
Yeah,
Like, oh, you a Virgo. That means you like to be neat and tidy. My room is a fucking mess. There's like 4 boxes of chicken nuggets in my car right now.
are they new or
Well,
old?
you're also a woman, and we know how women keep their cars. Let's be honest.
You got sweet and sour sauce?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Look over here. She's taking, okay? She's taking.
AJ,
AJ, I'm voting for you, AJ. I didn't do it. Fuck Beyonce, AJ.
AJ gonna roll up.
AJ, get that heat.
Get the strap.
Don't. No, you go.
He
down.
likes he's into guns too, like in a militaristic way. Like his family's military.
Oh shit! So he really got the strap.
And I don't like guns. That's the one contention.
We all got guns.
I don't like that. I don't like violence.
That's what you say until you need it.
No,
What?
you can always reason with people.
No, you
What?
cannot.
That's not true.
Until you can't reason with people, and then you sue them.
But
I
that-
was a little kid. I used
Oh.
to run around and threaten to sue people. Like I didn't tell
because
my
you were
people.
privileged.
Yo,
But listen,
that
listen.
happened to me before.
Yeah.
Where I was about to beat the shit out of this kid. He was like, "Hey, I'll sue you." Into
Yeah,
the
that was
ground.
me. That was 100% me.
And I would.
But you rethought about it, right? You're like,
I was like, "Yeah, I believe
It
him."
stopped you, right? It stopped you, right?
But that's what the gun is for too.
No,
Hey, what up? My bad.
you could take my foot like Kunta Kinte, but I will see your ass in court. Like that's how.
No,
it
you
works, know what
weren't.
I'm
That's
saying?
how we became slaves. We didn't fight back. We're that
So,
passive
quick question.
shit.
We didn't have legal access.
and you still ain't getting no
Legal
reparations.
action? How you have legal action when you're being invaded?
Is it Chick-fil-A nuggets or
Why would I shop at Chick-fil-A?
Wendy's, right?
is it Wendy's?
Wendy's or
Here's the
McDonald's?
thing.
You like a McDonald's?
Wait. No, please. Just,
I'm
Can
so
we do
fucking-
a nugget rundown, please?
let her do a nugget
Do it.
rundown, please.
I like chicken nuggets.
I
I
love
want to hear
chicken
this
nuggets.
bougie ass
No.
nugget thing.
We don't shop at Chick-fil-A because we don't believe that you should. One, you're a capitalist company. Why the fuck are you closing on a Sunday? Fuck that shit. I don't subscribe to your religion. I want my nuggets. Okay.
They're delicious.
So
Why
also,
do I love you and hate you at the same time? Like,
we don't fuck with their treatment of LGBT persons, and we don't fuck with the way that they get granted health care or didn't grant health care to their employees. So we don't shop at Chick-fil-A.
yeah, we don't do
okay.
shit.
Take them off
I
the
agree with
table.
that.
Now, when it comes to nuggets, Wendy's has the best.
Thank you. Yeah, that new barbecue sauce too.
I only eat sweet and sour sauce.
But that new barbecue sauce
Strictly
is
sweet and
fire.
sour.
It is. I had to try it. But
So the problem is, though, on my route from work to home to here, I only pass McDonald's. I can go to a Burger King. I have to drive out the way. So if I'm talking ratios, the majority of nuggets I eat are from McDonald's.
Which one's in your car right now?
McDonald's.
she just said
I
ratio.
got a 20-piece before I came here.
You didn't bring that in?
It's not a party pack. It's for me. Like, why would I share? I'd have to get
She's like, that's not
20.
enough.
She's the only child
I'd have
and
to get-
privilege.
I'd have to get
Who has
two
the best-
20-piece nuggets. That's $7.49 a pop plus
I can't.
tax.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Stop my hand right there. Real
So
quick.
it's just, you know. So
Ashley,
yes.
you got a nickname?
No.
That's a damn
Me
lie.
neither. My name is Bianchi, and everybody asks me, what is there anything shorter?
Because his name sounds made up.
Ash. People call me Ash. It's like whatever. People call me Dre.
Dre?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because you said Dre earlier, so I wanted to, because you said Ashley, and then I thought maybe your name's really Andrea, but you're trying to be real white and went to Ashley.
Oh.
So it's, okay,
My
so.
mother was trying to be real white. named me
Ashley Killington.
It's a very nice snow mountain. To go skiing on.
I
yeah.
love Killington.
So what did Dre come from?
My last name does start with letters DRE. I won't give my full last name,
La, da, 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 da.
but it
It's
starts
the
with
one and only DRE.
Ashley!
so
Dre, and
Yeah.
anything else other than Dre?
Oh,
no, that's it. My stage name is theoretically Ashley Banx, but it's not. Cause like I really like the Fresh Prince.
What's better, Fresh Prince or Martin?
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, Fresh Prince.
Here's the thing. I understand why we need to hold on to Martin culturally. I understand.
Oh, no. I understand, but like Martin was the first Friends, but after that nigga was running,
No,
like.
Living Single. Was
Living
the first
Single was the first
Yeah, Living
one.
Single-
Actually, you're right. Yeah, thank you.
one. Martin like didn't really have.
Yo,
one.
the Puerto
Put the
Rican
gun
guy-
down.
I mean,
Put the gun down. You saw her, she went. Nah. The
I
Betty
mean, we
said
gonna
too.
do it. We gonna do it right. That's,
Li-
that's
yeah,
how
Living Single was
Okay,
definitely
Living
the first
Single was the
Friends.
first Friend. Sorry,
Yeah.
I
We have to hold on to Martin culturally.
Wait, which one? What's the theme song to Living Single?
We are living single. Oh, in a 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my girl.
You was gonna finish it.
I'm happy we did that.
Oh my god, that's fucking amazing.
I have to say, we need to call this episode. I'm sorry, I know you're supposed to, but I feel it's cultured. We should call this episode cultured because this is
Yeah,
the most
100%.
cultured episode ever, and I really feel like thank you for grounding us again, showing us where we came from, setting us straight,
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken
not
nuggets.
sharing.
Chicken nuggets are amazing.
All right, so we gotta be honest. You are a very beautiful girl.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm just joking.
I said no one
just-
ever.
Respect that. I like this energy. I like it. I really do.
Just joking.
And yes.
So
Just like, tell me more.
You were saying.
I ain't saying nothing now. Shit. Bianchi. You know, Bianchi, like, as your day went on, without we're not gonna big up nobody's head over here. You know, she's like, shit, nigga. Now you're on my good side.
Like, yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh. You know, you crazy, ain't you?
No.
You slashed people's tires before?
No. I told you I sue people.
She
Why
just
would
said
I
she
do
sue
anything that
people.
would
She
get
ain't
me
trying to be in that
sued myself?
situation.
You never shot the whole shit up.
Every person who says they'll sue has that breaking point where they will kill you.
No, I do
slowly.
real petty shit. Pettiness
Like
is
what?
my lifeblood.
Oh, so you petty.
Like she'll like lose your
So-
DVD
No,
that you let her borrow or
I'll
some
steal
shit.
your left shoe.
Yeah.
This big. That is petty. Okay.
But why would you
Wait,
do
wait, wait.
something?
What else?
You're not
Why would you
right.
do something
What
so
else?
mean?
Wait, wait,
You're
no.
not
What else?
right.
What else would you do that's petty? Please do it.
Let's see. Okay, so I stole someone's left shoe.
You like hide the syrup when they're making pancakes.
So wait, so
and
you
shit?
actually stole someone's left shoe?
Oh yeah, I kept it for years, and I told him about it, and we laughed. It was fun. You know what I mean? But something like, you know, I
Wait. You kept it for years?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you keep? You kept it like.
It's a
kept it
size.
in a
It was like a size 15 shoe, and I kept it under my bed.
She's like, I ain't never seen this shit before.
I was like, well, it's like and so the fun part in telling him was like, yeah, we were laughing about that because I was like, how drunk did I need to be to lose one shoe? It's like, nah, nigga, that was me.
Wait. Nah, hold on. You some black Air Force wearing something. Fuck that.
Yes,
You stole that shoe and helped him look for it. You stole that shoe and helped him look for it.
We weren't on speaking terms, but I do petty shit like that. That's
what
to
else
me.
did you do? Okay.
Let's see. When I got dumped, I made a black cake for his mom and delivered it later.
Wait, personally delivered it?
Yeah.
You're a horrible.
I'm just saying.
What's a black cake?
What's a black cake?
Black
No,
cake.
like
You don't eat black cake? Rum cake?
yeah, rum cake.
Oh, rum cake.
Yeah. So I don't really bake or cook or anything, but that year I learned.
Just to show
make
them.
it.
And it was around
Just to
Christmas
make
time
it.
too?
It was November I got dumped.
That's what my grandmother gives it all the time.
It was
You got dumped
mid-November.
around Christmas?
I got dumped mid-November.
He was trying to escape the holiday.
And then I delivered the cake at Christmas. You see what I'm saying? So I'm petty.
So you showed up.
with rum cake, bro.
with
You
a
gotta
card,
understand what that means.
with a card and a rum cake, yeah.
And a cactus?
Nah, all I said was, I hope you all enjoy the holidays. And like,
What was in the rum cake?
nothing. I didn't obiate
No extra
or
ingredients.
nothing. So I just delivered.
Speaking of opium,
No shit pies.
we know you're mad petty. And we know you're an alcoholic. Other than, this girl came in. If you guys before the show, she came in with simple syrup. Like, who keeps that in their car on the reg?
Somebody that likes to make a drink.
I thought that was Blue Lean.
Oh, this is pretty good.
I think that's her powder
I'm
drink.
mixing-
She's over there.
I'm
She's
mixing-
over here like, I need energy. She's like, I'm not ready for you. 5 more minutes.
It's exactly how I
And I'm
was.
sitting here like, listen,
Sip
relax.
in on some sip.
It's exactly how
To
I
be
was.
totally honest, we were like, oh shit, this is gonna go totally bad.
No,
When you first got here, it was like, this is not gonna be a
I
good
was
show.
not in like a very energetic mood. Because
Oh, you weren't in an energetic mood? What type of science helped you get into this energy? I want to know. Let me know right now if it's just not my aura and amazing.
Oh, that's
now.
right. Yeah, no,
fucking
your energy
alcohol.
wasn't doing it for me
My
before
energy
we got
was-
here. Nah, so
First time I saw it, I was like, "Hey, I'm Maverick." She goes, "Yeah,
I had to pee.
I just peed." You know?
She was like, nigga, I don't care who the fuck
Yeah,
you
I
is.
was like, I was about to bolt in the studio. She told me everybody was upstairs, and here you come. I was like, God damn, now I got to do an introduction before I go pee. You see what I'm saying? Threw off my projected course.
Your routine.
of action.
Did you still take a piss?
Yeah.
Okay, was it good?
Oh yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, that's good. That's all that matters.
I took one.
That was my energy.
It was.
See, you
I'm
didn't have my
so
energy.
sorry.
When you peed.
I'm so sorry.
She had
must
my
not had
energy.
to go. You must have just go to
but
go.
like, I'm just. I said
can I
that to
just say
like,
one thing,
who
though?
said, like, how do you rate a piss?
Like when you're like,
Relief. In terms
Yeah.
of relief.
I was thinking,
Actually, you're 100% right. Yeah. So, do you smoke weed?
I don't really smoke. I can. It's not that I.
I can't.
Does it make you crazy then?
yo,
No, I get what. So I think I'm pretty smart.
Wait, no. Please finish this.
So I get a little paranoid when I smoke.
Uh huh.
But the way I like I
Wait, but you say you think you're smart, you get paranoid. So continue. I just want to add.
yeah,
all
I'm
this
about
up.
to connect
Okay,
them.
yeah,
so so what I don't like about smoking is that it puts me in a state of mind where I doubt myself. So what
and like how you're
happens-
behaving in front of people.
So like you're not supposed to drive under the influence, but we've all done it. So
10 and 2.
So exactly.
Why
so,
is
but what
everybody
I
going so
did
fucking fast?
Was I found a way, which is where you match the number on the speed limit sign to the number on your odometer, and you do that all the way home until you get home.
Yo, you realize that's just like a suggestion, right? Yo,
That's how you fight the urge to drive slower than the speed limit.
Yo, I got so stoned one time. I was on the highway doing like 30, and I was like, "Yo, these motherfuckers is moving."
So that's how you gotta look at the number and be like, "Well, at least I'm good, right?" Like they can't pull me over for going the speed limit.
They can't if you in the other fucking lane though.
But that's why.
Sir, do you know why we pulled you over? How fast we going? I don't know. 37. 7. Oh.
So, but that's it though. You don't do anything. No pills, no Oxycontin, nothing like that.
Damn.
Never happened.
No. I have ADHD, so I take Adderall every day, and
You got some on you?
I don't sell it. See, that's the thing. I don't sell it.
I didn't ask you.
He didn't
I didn't
ask
ask
you
you
to
if
sell
you're
I
selling
don't
it.
share.
Nah. That's
Yo,
very
you know
black
what?
of you.
Nah,
That was very black of you to think that he was trying to buy
Well,
some
he
stuff.
asked-
already.
I
Picked up on that
some on.
stingy mentality and with the nuggets, man. I want the nuggets.
You're damn right. I keep it for myself. I needed the
You
nuggets.
got sweet
I
and
need
sour
my
sauce.
Adderall.
You could share that nugget.
So you're crazy. It's okay.
I don't
You're sophisticated crazy though.
like that. characterization.
But do you see how your eye twitches when you do that?
Yeah, I got an expressive face. I laid that out earlier.
Listen, we both work the psych part. We know what crazy looks like.
I know.
And we know what functioning crazy looks like, and that's the real crazy.
Yes, and thank you. We're all crazy.
We're all crazy.
That's fire.
That's a drop. You heard it. It was yeah. So functioning crazy is great. It's a spectrum. So we're good.
You high on that spectrum though, baby.
I know.
You're
But
very
it's
high.
fun though. It's
It
fun.
is.
It's
like
like
I like
it
you. You're the type of girl you're gonna have a really good time with,
Right.
and you gotta leave as fast as fuck you can, unless you gonna lose a shoe, right?
But no,
Or
like
put peanut butter in the toe.
Oh, what?
wait,
Can't
what?
get it out.
Put peanut butter in
Put
the.
peanut butter in the foot of the shoe.
foot of the shoe?
toe of the shoe.
You done that before?
That's diabolical.
Wait, no. Have you done that before?
Huh?
To a sneaker or a shoe?
It was the same black Air Force One. I see why you left them.
No,
First of
it
all, he
wasn't.
had a black Air Forces. But like, I see why you left
Do
them.
you have any kids?
No.
God damn it. All right, fellas, listen. This right here is a genuine queen right here. She may be crazy, but you gotta pick the choose. But she got a job. She's smart. AJ, if you fuck up, you know how many niggas gonna be on this?
He's not. He's great.
AJ about to fuck up tonight.
No.
He gonna be like, yo, those 3 nniggas were talking mad shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
No.
prison yet.
We won't do that. We're not gonna do that.
AJ,
No, he's good.
we're just all joking.
He's a good guy.
He was a good guy.
No,
R.I.P.
he's
nigga.
He said he was. He said he was. He said,
AJ, she a lot, man. So
yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be looking at the Instagram. As soon as you delete them pictures of y'all together, I'm right in the DM. I'm right in the DM.
And she's gonna be like,
Yo, that's funny to me. Because that's some real shit.
Yeah. I
Like,
don't
that's-
delete pictures of people that I was with. I don't think that's the thing you should do.
I like that.
I think you should
I mean, I don't
be
like it.
confident in your decisions.
He's like, how am I supposed to know?
And whether or not they go bad, like in the future, you should look back with fondness that you made those decisions. Like,
And
you
that
learned something out
But
of
in
it.
that point in time, it was nice.
It was the right decision for you.
Everybody's
right?
great until they're not.
Until they're not.
So what's your thing then? What attracts you most to a man?
I like people that are
Light skin, tattoo.
no.
Nigga, child.
I like people who are intellectually curious. I like people that
Wait, is that a little extra curious?
intellectually curious.
Matt's bi-curious.
That's lovely too. So I think the
I'm sorry, man. I love you.
it's important
It's okay.
to like.
She's like, that's lovely too.
no, it is.
It's like she just talk about here about gay rights and everything. Man's like, nigga, you bi?
No,
That's some fucked up shit.
no,
I'm
I
hurt.
think you should.
No, I shouldn't.
interrupt-
So after
I'm
you should
sorry.
suck all the dick
Finish.
you want.
It's not for me.
I'm sorry.
It was from you.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
So, what do I like in a person? I
other than
like.
like he has to be a street nigga. Like what?
We've established
We
that.
established that.
He's like the furthest thing from the street. Nigga.
Well, AJ is because
Does he?
he's about to fresh air.
Wait. Before you go, does he or does he not own a pair of black Air Forces?
He doesn't.
All right, he's eyeing in my book. He
does not.
Finish. I'm sorry.
He does not. No, I think like I'm a person who obviously has strong opinions, and so you need to be able to like have those conversations with me to like push back a little, but not in a way like we're just trying to figure some shit out.
Competitive
you know what I mean?
conversation.
Not even because he actually doesn't like to do that.
Do you like? But you like intellectual? Like if I like, here's the thing. So you talk about like. Will you talk about politics more? Like somebody? Or
He
more
actually
like,
he doesn't, and I kind of wish we did sometimes.
Okay,
but, but it is what it is. He's willing to listen to like what I have to say. I think that's
are you
important.
a Bernie person?
No.
Wait, what are you?
Elizabeth Warren, 2020. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Why? What's wrong with?
No. You said Elizabeth Warren.
I hate
Yeah.
political conversations.
I love
I don't
them.
give a shit.
I hate political.
love them.
I personally don't
It
care.
turns
Right
me
now,
on.
politics sucks. I understand why you wouldn't like them now.
Oh yeah, because it's just so yeah. Right now,
I've never been a political guy.
Yeah.
I literally-
politics were fun when we had like Bush and Clinton.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, it was like
You
straight
know,
up a WWE
Bush and-
match. Like, yeah.
Right.
Bush and Obama. You
Right.
know what I mean?
When we could pretend that
McCain
race
and
wasn't
Obama.
really a part of politics, even though it always has been. But
So how you guys? Well, real quickly, how are we on feeling about this whole Bloomberg thing?
Wait, no. All right, I don't follow politics, so it's just gonna be y'all two. But fuck that, right?
No,
Let's
it's
talk
not.
about the little midget kid.
We will.
that scammed the entire internet.
That's not real. He didn't scam it.
oh,
He did. Was that little kid real?
Yeah, he's real.
he's
Okay,
like
so
9.
was
He's
there
an
another?
actor.
Was there another kid that looked like him?
I'm glad I went on Twitter before this
Because
I'm not
like
hip.
there, did you guys see the video
I think I saw a part of it.
where there was apparently it was the same kid, but he was like 18 years
Yeah,
old.
no, but he's not. He's 9.
Yeah, he's only 9.
He's actually 9, but
Yeah.
they had him doing pictures like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the news. Everybody saying it was
Pictures
fake,
like-
but it's
Do you
not.
realize how much money they raised for that?
Yeah, like 400,000.
Oh my fucking god!
What happened? Explain
Some
to people who
little
don't
kid-
know.
So the little
I don't
kid
know the
that
whole
was
story.
bullied and he was crying in the video, and
He
his
was a
mom
little
showing
dwarf.
him.
He was a dwarf kid.
Yeah, he suffers from dwarfism.
You don't know about
I
it?
said
You still
midget,
say
that's
it.
really
No, I really don't know.
inappropriate.
Yeah,
Little
I don't know
person.
the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
He
okay.
suffers from dwarfism.
All right, so I'll
And-
look it up. You don't have to explain it.
And
Okay.
but the mom showed the video. He was crying because the kids were making fun of him and bullying him. But like there was also like videos of him flashing bread, like sitting on top of Mercedes and shit like that, like chilling with older niggas. Like apparently that's the same kid.
yeah.
Oh, so some people came in and said, "Yo, let's make your Instagram look fire."
Right.
So now people-
but those pictures were before this happened.
So they found out he was fake, and they rolled up on him.
Nah, but it was on the news. He's real. He's real. But what's it called? There's a comedian that had dwarfism, and he raised all this money for him, $400,000.
400,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of bread. And people like Hugh Jackman were contributing and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
To go to Disneyland, like, motherfucker, you only
Nah,
need
he
a
ain't
couple
going to
thousand.
Disney. He's fine for the rest
Well,
of
he
the day.
they got pictures of me. He went to
Wow.
Disney already,
Shit.
and then the fucking some other dude like sent him an invitation, tell him to come to, I think it was Japan or some shit.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, did we ever pause for a commercial break?
Nah, we're good. I'll throw it in there.
But
Wait, I'll just.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first watched that video of him crying, that shit broke my heart, man.
I didn't see the actual original video. I just thought of backlash. So
When I saw that when I first saw him,
I
that
don't
shit
like to
broke
be
my heart.
reactionary because I tend to be
Thank
real
Yeah.
wrong about a lot of shit.
I like waiting.
I just read
don't-
headlines.
You got to take a step. I love Twitter.
I love Twitter.
But
But not for the reason that you love it. He loves it for a totally different
Why
reason.
do you love Twitter?
Oh, because still allow people to get naked.
I don't follow that part of Twitter.
Oh, I love
That's all he follows.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
that's not the part.
He
of
can't
Twitter
open
I'm
his
on.
phone.
I can't do it at work. But what I will say is though, I do like Twitter because like they're like, if I want to see if something's real, or if there's like when rest in peace, but when Kobe died,
Right.
I didn't believe it until I went to Twitter.
On Twitter, but they said Rick Fox was in a
In a
helicopter
helicopter.
with him, and then Twitter wasn't really sure.
Yeah, and then when it finally wasn't,
So
Twitter
you
was
have
right
to
on it.
corroborate. You
I
got to
love Twitter.
triangulate your shit though. That's the you got to check your news sources with Twitter, compare the two, and that's how you figure it out.
Cross-reference.
Like that
Fake
Zola
news,
story. Do y'all
yep.
remember Zola the story? Zola that was a great day on Twitter. Because this chick, for everyone who doesn't know, she like told this whole story about how she got into a whole bunch of shenanigans, and had Twitter captivated the whole day. Apparently, none of it's real.
Wait, the story was with the stripper girl. Who
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
That day was amazing. It was a great day.
It was like, yeah.
And there's like a movie coming out apparently.
Wait, so what is it?
So pretty much this girl was supposed to go and be like an escort for this guy, and all this crazy stuff happened. But she pretty much tweeted everything that was going on like it was actually going on. But
She
it
was
wasn't.
retelling. It was a retelling.
Sorry, yes,
right.
exactly. She was
It
retelling
wasn't
the story,
in real
yeah.
time,
She was retelling what happened.
but none of it was true.
But you know that one time for me at band camp,
So I want to ask y'all, right? And you too, because I like your opinions on shit.
I love her opinion. We
Yeah,
gotta
me
have
too.
you back.
So it's real.
Yeah.
We need to have like.
So you remember there was a situation, right? Because the same thing happened in Future. This girl was flown out to Miami for the
Oh yes.
you know what I'm talking about? The girl
I
was
vaguely
flown
remember
out to Miami for the All-Star Week, or
Right.
no, Super Bowl or
Right.
the Pro Bowl.
Right.
She was flown out, and then like a day or two in, when it was time to like go home, she like the dude never got the cheeks, and he was like, "Yo,
The dude got flown out.
no, the girl got flown out."
Okay.
And then he was like, "Yo, he never got the cheeks. It was never her intentions to let him get it."
That's right. I remember.
And then he was like, "Yo, I'm not paying for your hotel no more. You got to figure that out, and I'm not paying for your flight home."
Like, damn.
So,
Right.
Future did the exact same thing, and they were all over Future about that. You remember that?
Yeah.
He flew the girl out, and she was like, "I thought we connected. Like I thought we had something real." ... But he flew her out. She was never intended to smash, and he was like, "Yo, good luck. All right, have fun. I'm good. Love, enjoy."
Yeah, I'm good. Love, enjoy.
I'm good,
That's
love,
what he
enjoy.
said.
Like, y'all trying to connect my
Yeah.
penis to your vagina.
Right.
But like, so I wanted to ask y'all, like, who's wrong?
I would say Future.
Why?
I'm gonna say Future. This is
Why?
Well, here's the thing, man.
Future, but she was naive.
Here's the thing. I've taken girls out before and put stuff on. If it happens, it happens. But as a man, I gotta know this right here, right off the bat. I'm be honest. I'm upfront with it. I'll tell them, listen, I'm looking this fuck. We either going to or not, but I'm putting it out there. That's what's gonna happen.
No, I get
Or
that.
I want it to happen. Not
Damn,
no,
that's what's gonna happen.
Not it's gonna happen. Hold on.
Slow
That's
down,
the Bill
Kobe
Cosby. Sorry. Did you say Kobe Bryant?
Sorry, is that too soon?
Did you say
Oh
Kobe?
my God!
Oh my God, my bad.
Listen, he was acquitted for that shit.
24 and 8, we love you.
Listen.
Okay, like we got it.
Listen, I remember out of all the trials, I was forced to watch OJ. Then we watched Kobe. I watched the Kobe thing.
Nah,
right?
yeah.
I watched it. That girl recanted so many times. So like, if you guys were around or remember that time, she recanted.
I've said this
when
before.
there was money added to it. She recanted when there's money. She
That
recanted when she
doesn't negate.
I said I said this before.
What I
said this-
appreciate about Kobe is that he apologized and he realized that there was a line, and this was before we started really having conversations about consent.
Correct. Which
But
consent is a
to
beautiful
that
and sexy
said,
thing.
To that point, I think it is important to recognize that we've not consistently held men to account. And when a woman recounts a story,
I 100% agree with that. My thing is this:
reasons, it doesn't negate the fact.
We
like,
always go back though when it's a black male that raped. There's so many white males, politicians
And
too.
that's
We
true.
love the fucking Kennedys.
So let's talk.
But look at
no,
that.
a more relevant situation. Let's talk about how Cosby was an open and shut. Let's talk about how they're at a standstill for Weinstein.
So again,
Please,
I think
I love
it's
your-
important to recognize that yes, black men are persecuted more. That doesn't mean that we should be shifting the focus away from what consent looks like between
absolutely,
men and men. Like,
100%, yes.
That doesn't mean that you don't hold those. There is a conversation to be had
So-
about how the justice system treats white men versus black men.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But that's a separate conversation.
But it's not a conversation about getting the men who were convicted off for the shit that they did.
No.
Right? That's the distinction that we need to draw.
So I've said this before. You always have to take the accusation seriously.
Right.
You always have to. You know what I'm saying? Because like you always have to take the side. Like, and unfortunately, because there are situations where some people did lie, but unfortunately, like not unfortunately, but fortunately, you have to take the side of the accusation. Right.
Two dudes who gangbanged this college girl. Shit. What's the college?
Wait, we got way off topic. Hold on.
No. But I just
Who
wanna,
was wrong?
No. Well, I know. Okay, but my thing is this. Like, I'm just saying. Like, so this girl lied, said she was raped in order to try to get this dude she was trying to be with her.
Yeah.
These two dudes lost their college scholarship.
Yeah.
Went into deep depression.
Yep.
And it didn't take until 2 years or a year or so, something later, where she's like, she told the dude, I lied. You know, they had this.
Right.
They had an opening up thing, and when he found out, he let everybody know, she lied about the whole thing.
There's a movie about a dude who went to jail for like 15 years because this girl said the same thing.
Can I interject?
No,
here?
by all means,
Can
you can interject. I just wanted to. I don't want to say it's like.
I don't want to be the Debbie Downer in the room.
No, you're not.
No, it's gonna be. I'm a rape victim myself, right? And I'm not saying that to be like, listen to me in my opinion. I'm saying that.
Well, no, your opinion's like you went through something. We all didn't.
There's something that, and I don't talk about it a lot, not because I have a whole lot of trauma that's associated with it, but because my story is not as impactful as a lot of others. But there's an issue between how we talk about consent and how it feels in that moment for a woman who's acquiescing or being pressured into sex that they don't want.
I hear you 100%.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's not always this black and white stranger flagging you down or like whatever it is. Like it's not always like that. But rape is rape.
I want to ask you, have you ever felt pressured into sex? I have.
Me?
Yeah, you ever felt pressured into sex?
Oh yeah.
Like
I told you about the story. I got locked in her house.
Well, here's the thing. As a man, like it's even more subtle than that. As a man, you can't like. It's almost frowned upon for you to say no.
And I think that's a very interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a very important.
Like I
conversation.
I high key a lot of times be like, I really don't want to, but like it's not taken seriously.
Right.
Like for me, if a girl's like, nah, I'm like, yo, let's go get something to eat. Let's do something different. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
right. And it's
but as a man, like you say, like, yeah, I don't feel like it. She's like, oh, whatever. Like, come on.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
seriously.
that's the. Like,
But for you, I just think it's because of your personality.
what's my personality?
You don't look like a no saying guy. So as you're saying this,
but here's the thing. Like, no. But before because this is.
I just want to go back to
because you said my name, like my personality. No,
I didn't say your personality.
No, you said it's my personality. You guys said it's my personality, right? So here's the thing. Just because like, and I'm not gonna lie, like I do have a lot of sex. Like it is what it is, right? Like, but there are times I'm just like, yo, I don't want to.
Right.
Like there are times when I just don't want to, and people think, oh, it's his personality. We mean because she's wearing that outfit,
right?
That she want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, yeah.
You feel me? Like just because she's dressed like that, which means she wants that. Right. Like, oh, she's drunk and all up on me, which means she wants that. Like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's sometimes I'm just like, yo, I really don't want to do it. Like
you got a headache too, right?
yeah, yo.
Your stomach hurts too. Like, it's a damn thing.
But even if that's not the case,
Right.
I shouldn't have to lie about it.
And you shouldn't have to feel like you can't turn to somebody and say, I don't want to have sex with you right now. And
But
they
it
don't
shouldn't be a
respect that.
problem,
Right.
Like I
They
remember
don't
one time.
respect
I remember one time I legit said, "Nah, I'm good. Like I don't want to have sex right now." And she
Right.
thought, and she texted me later, was like, "Is
I
there
do
something
something
wrong with
right?
me?
What
Like,
did I do?
Like no,
Why
I
don't
just
you
didn't
want me?"
feel like having sex.
Right.
Like it just happened to be that situation where I just didn't feel like doing it. So like.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
But it's not it's frowned upon.
No,
it's not talked about.
I think the difference is, you're absolutely right. That conversation needs to be had. The problem is that we have a situation where masculinity imposes itself on relationships between, and I'm speaking for heterosexual men and women, right? Where it imposes itself on the women or femme person in the relationship, where not only does the person they're trying to gain or get consent or deny consent from has a problem with it, the law also has a problem with it, right? So we have that issue where their stories aren't taken seriously. That's that whole conversation. It's not that male rape or non-consent doesn't happen. And it's absolutely a thing that needs to be addressed. However, in this moment, right, when we're talking about structures of power and how that manifests in communities, we have to highlight this dynamic first. I don't even like using first. We need to highlight this dynamic and have that conversation, and then we can make space, right? We can make space for the conversation about consent in general.
Just make sure you.
Oh, am I not?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just saying good stuff. I want everyone to hear it.
So you have to account for that first, and there's nothing. It's like I do a lot of work in trying to highlight Black and brown people, and you want to have these diversity, inclusion, and equity conversations, but inevitably we make space for LGBTQ white people.
Thank you.
Right?
Talk about it.
Inevitably that happens, and it's not that I don't want LGBTQ white people to be included,
but let's
you're
talk
not
about-
the most marginalized at the moment.
Thank you. Talk about
Right?
it.
Like, you're not the most marginalized. We have a problem where Black people were brought to this country and we were enslaved and we did all the work and we were economically disadvantaged and we lost intergenerational wealth. We have all these issues, and yet the Civil Rights Act passed in 64, 68, 64. Black people still make less money on a dollar, but yet we've passed gay marriage. And I love the fact that we passed gay marriage, and I don't want to disprove that.
But you're absolutely right.
But LGBTQ white people were able to jump on the backs of the civil rights
movement,
for Black people.
and that's all they
and so
always
there's
go back to.
nothing wrong with saying, yes, we can have a conversation about diversity, equity, and inclusion, but let's still talk about Black people. Let's still talk about the fact that...
So I had this conversation with a friend of mine who happened to be homosexual, right? And I said, yo, brother, you can hide being gay.
You can't
can't
hide being Black. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
this is not the same.
And to that point, so when you take it back to the conversation about male consent or males being denied consent versus women, or I should say men, I'm sorry. Men being denied consent versus women being denied consent. When we have that conversation, you still have to recognize that men are generally have the advantage.
Yes, you're
In that conversation.
100% right there.
So what I just want to play devil's advocate.
Sure. Go ahead.
We had last week we had a conversation on our show about how our women make it impossible for Black men to be weak. So like remember we had that conversation? We were talking about how Black men have been designed to never show weakness. You can't cry. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't just work at a regular job. You have to try to be the best you can be, or else you're just a no good brother, right? So with the idea of consent, like masculinity is not just a man towards a woman.
Sure.
It's also a woman and how she feels a man is supposed to be.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? So toxic. So we talk about that term that was popular for like 2017, toxic masculinity. We talk about that, and it's not just something that men portray towards women.
Right.
It's how you deem a heterosexual man is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
But what you need to recognize is that in a patriarchically dictated society, those women have been indoctrinated to believe that is the paradigm.
Let me Google some of the words.
They've been indoctrinated to believe that it's a paradigm
just
they
turned
have
me
to
on. I'm sorry.
oppose, right? So it's those women who believe
Exactly.
they have to uphold this standard because they believe that's the way that it's supposed to be. Masculinity is not that men are responsible for the patriarchally dominated society, but it takes two to tango, right? It takes two to uphold respectability politics when you're talking about stuff like that. So what needs to happen is you need to have a shift away from that mentality for everybody to get on board. So there are going to be men that believe that they have to be masculine, and there are going to be women who believe that men should be masculine, and they're both wrong. Yeah. And you can hold both of those people to account.
You're just supposed to be human.
But you don't have to shift the conversation to say, like, black women are upholding toxic masculinity. No. We have to get rid of toxic masculinity, and then none of them have to uphold it.
But so here's the thing, right? If I decide that, we're walking together, and I take you and move you aside of the street because I don't want you walking by the street, I've had women that look at it and be like, "Oh, 6 minutes. Why are you doing that? I'm a woman. I can walk by the street."
So my boyfriend was Southern.
But as a man, I feel like that is my right. Like, I want you over there. Now here's the thing though, right? And I know I'll let you say what you gotta say, and I'm gonna rebuttal.
No, go ahead. Go finish yours.
All right. And I know as women they'll be like,
are you talking about walking on the side, the street where you stay on
to
the
protect you?
Yeah. Or just moving over.
I do that instinctively now.
And she was just saying her boyfriend does the same thing. Yeah. Shout out to AJ, you real nigga.
My wife hates
he
that shit.
opens my car doors like it's a thing.
Because the thing is, here's the thing.
I didn't learn that from my dad.
No,
I just learned it because I'm Puerto Rican.
Women come to a point where I feel like women have felt like there's so much taken away from them that even a man now trying to be a man is being taken away. Because that's like me looking at you and being like, well, you need to have babies. You're a woman.
Right.
You got to have babies. You know what I mean? And you saying no to it, that's actually your right. You know what I mean?
So I think what we're talking about here is choice. Ultimately is what it falls into. So like I said, my boyfriend is Southern and he was raised in this kind of y'all go stop bragging on my
bragging.
I
bragging.
love him.
We ain't bragging. He's from the
he's
trap.
Great.
You bragging.
Like he's wonderful. But one of the things that he does
push your teeth.
So you dating Jeezy and shit?
He'll do all the
How many pairs of boots does he got?
He owns a lot of boots.
You snowman?
He owns a lot of boots. No, he just bought his first pair of snow boots because we went skiing. So anyway.
That's adorable.
So yeah, we went to a B&B. It's real fucking cute.
Oh.
So he pulls me to the side of the road. He opens the door. Like all these things that he was like basically bred to do. Like he was brought up in a society.
But it's not. I don't think it's brought because like
it is.
Biachi,
he was. His family did.
It is.
His family did. It's not that way for everybody.
Yeah.
But his family did, and he has a lot of struggle. Like talking about like providership, those kinds of things.
Okay. Yeah. I hear you.
And I am the antithesis of all that. I'll be like, it's my fucking door. I'm gonna open it. Like God, you know what I mean? Like those kinds of things. And I've had to kind of sit back because I realized he's doing this out of love, and he's doing it because he wants to do it. He's not doing it because it's expected of him, and this is a difference.
Thank you. Okay.
Right.
Your perspective makes
so
a difference.
I think it's more of a perspective.
Yeah, and it's
what
true, and it's hard to navigate that as somebody who's like I'm all for women doing whatever the hell they want to do, and he is too. You know what I mean? So I think that's important. It depends on the person.
So
I'm just all for it, like not men, not women. I'm just like, yo, do what makes
you happy,
yeah,
right?
Like I would like
as long as it's not hurting anybody else.
Everybody,
exactly, like,
if everyone pretty much mind their own fucking business and did them, do you think it'll be? Because the thing is, the only issue you ever get is because I don't like the fact that you're drinking simple syrup. Do you drink it? No.
That's
what I'm saying. But that's all it is. That's exactly it is.
People looking across the table like. It's not your food. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody would look at your plate and be like, that looks disgusting. Well, you're not fucking eating it. Yeah. So
I would never wear those. Like, nigga, you ain't.
You're not.
Yeah,
Listen to me.
Like, good, don't wear them. I'm gonna fuck.
So shit, if everybody just mind their goddamn business, the world would be such a better place.
People do that because they self-doubt themselves. If you look at most people who are actually homophobic or who are actually racist, it's because they're actually more interested into it and they're a little more curious.
I feel
I wonder how penis tastes.
I just feel like everybody
Salty on the regular day.
I just feel like everybody feels like their opinion matters to other people.
Not wrong.
Like, yo, and I tell people this, listen, you are the most important person in this world to you.
To you.
You are the most important person in this world.
I feel
to you.
she says it on the regular, even to her boyfriend. I am the most important person to me, AJ.
But that's a fact.
All right.
Though.
She's like, I don't need you.
He be like reading shit on Twitter and laughing to himself. I'd be like, why you laughing? Your happiness is right here.
AJ, if you ain't safe, we got you.
As soon as he
Right,
giggle,
just blink twice.
you just like this.
Blink twice.
We do that all the time. He'll be like, blink twice if you okay. And he blinked 3 times. So I'll be like, he's fine.
Get me out.
Get out.
Hi, how you doing? I'm AJ. Didn't you used to have a southern accent? No, not anymore. I live in Boston now.
It's like, help.
From Virginia.
That's what he's like. Run, nigga.
Wait, he's from Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a real nigga.
Yo, he's a trap nigga.
What part of Virginia?
The southern part. Hampton Roads.
This part.
He's real sweet, though. He's a sweetheart.
You have a lot of scales at your house?
So
He's not selling fucking crack.
Does he know how to make a sandwich? You know, with one hand?
No, he doesn't. No, he's good.
Does he cook?
IT job, just a
No,
cover
I
job.
You cook?
Nah, that's
What kind of food do you cook? You
A
look
lot
like you're
of
like
jerk
the
chicken.
like bland chicken type stuff.
Bland. That is so
you put-
racist, and we can fight
Do you
afterwards.
do you put raisins in your potato salad?
Why the fuck? Listen, I don't like all the reverse racism that's happening
It's
here on
not.
this
You said your
goddamn
daddy
show.
was German. I'm just saying.
Kraft
And
is,
we didn't live in the same house, so I didn't learn to put raisins in my goddamn potato salad. 'Cause I don't make potato salad.
Kraft ain't real macaroni and cheese, right?
That's
Wait, are you upset by that or you agree?
that what?
Kraft isn't real mac and
No,
cheese.
I make my goddamn macaroni pie the way God intended to, with fucking ziti and a goddamn and cheddar cheese. Like, what the fuck? That's rude.
Ziti?
I'm gonna cut you off real quick.
You
So
don't
apparently,
put macaroni and macaroni pie.
apparently our wives
What
are
is
downstairs
macaroni
taking a
pie?
class with Sada.
Oh, do y'all know?
We black. What is macaroni
Oh,
pie?
Sada's here, right?
Yeah, I guess our wives are taking a class with her.
Oh, that's good. Tell her I love her.
Sorry, guys, for this interruption. But this is what Let's Talk After Dark is. And if you have any questions about this episode, as always, please hashtag LTAD and also follow us on all our social media platforms because you know what? This is legitimately the best podcast you could be watching anytime, any moment. And this is real cultured because we have Miss Ashley here. And let me tell you,
It's a lot of fun.
if it wasn't for AJ, I might have to make a wife number 2.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, I'm still peeping the IG, man.
I know, no.
Once you start taking them pictures down.
Yo, y'all about to make the hood nigga come out.
Straight up.
He about to
Yo,
like,
being a D, yo, real talk. I be in a, yo, what happened? Are you okay?
anything that you wanted to like really put out there before? I know it's like where we at, like an hour 12
Yeah,
before.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
No,
how
no,
long
no.
this
It's
is supposed
great.
to last.
This is what happened.
Everyone should try poll.
Oh, wait,
Everyone
so
should come
real
to our
quickly,
class.
back to,
do you have a
back
class
to
that you're
poll.
about to do?
Huh?
Do you have a class you're gonna do?
when's the
No.
next time? Well,
Oh, okay,
what's
okay.
the best way to book a class with you and everything? Please let.
Wait, yeah, so
I
are we
don't-
ending this?
No, not
No.
really, but just I just want to throw it in there now.
I don't teach beginners, but sometimes I can. If you want to book a private lesson with me,
She's saying if you don't know how to hold that pole,
I can.
don't call her.
I teach on Thursdays,
But you
so
call
if
me.
you have any pole experience, you can come to some of our classes. But you should definitely take a class at Boston Pole Fitness.
Absolutely.
And that's anybody, man, woman, child. You need parental consent if you're under 18. But all gender
do they?
expressions
Wait,
and
real quickly,
sexualities.
do they have people younger doing pole?
Yeah, now kids pole's a thing.
How is that?
So I think it's actually great.
Don't know how I feel about that.
You sexualize pole because your context is seeing it in a strip club, right? So pole is just an apparatus. It's
We
like
just
a
had
bar.
that conversation.
It's like
It's
stilts,
just like gym.
lyra,
Exactly.
it's
That's my
all
feelings.
of these things. It's an aerial apparatus. Now
And it's
the reason
amazing.
we
Yeah.
tend to not wear clothes. Like
Yeah, I
a
wish
lot
y'all
of
could
clothes,
see.
Yeah, it's just more comfortable,
it's
right?
awesome.
Friction.
It's
awesome. Friction.
It's friction. So it's a logistical issue.
So let me tell you guys, if you're not like, so I went to the strip club, right? I
Spent
don't
a lot of
pay.
time there.
I don't pay. I honestly don't tip
lot of
dancers
strippers don't
who just
pole.
sit in front of me and shake their ass.
I do.
My wife does that. I can get any girl to
I
do
do.
that.
Don't
I
stop. Pop that.
I like
Let
women
me see
who
you
do
do the
pole
brand.
work. I want to see you up there spinning. That's
don't.
what I want to throw my bill. That's what I'm going for.
well, that's it's
That's
skill.
what it is. I want to
right?
see
Yeah.
that. I want to see the sexiness. I
Nah.
want to see the routine.
Nah.
You know.
Nah.
Like, I
feel
want to see ass
miss
and
those-
vagina in my
No,
face.
yeah.
No, but
That's why you go to a strip club and not a pole
how
class.
it used to be before. How it used to be before, though, was like that. It was literally, they would get naked and stuff like that,
Right.
but they would do stuff on the pole. Now it's just
Yeah.
like, fuck the pole.
Right.
Let me see how much I can twerk and
See,
throw bills on me.
So here's the thing: with the pole in the strip club, it's for everybody. I need to feel like you dancing for me. Like, if you could be up there and or your whole like, not real talk, like
That's
if,
why you pay for a lap dance, my nigga. Anyways,
Yeah, 100
on the stage,
no,
when you're
nah,
on the
man.
stage, no. I'm sorry. When you go on the stage and you're walking on that stage, there's a pole there. Do at least one pole thing, then go
One
do your
pole
dance
thing.
stuff.
you know what, man? Nah, man.
Don't just come up there and shake your ass. You could get
No. But real talk, if I don't
get
wanna-
any college bitches
if
hot-
I don't feel like
do a
going
lap
back
dance.
for a dance right now, and I make eye contact with you, and you don't walk over here and dance right in front of me, like, why would I be like throwing you ones if you just?
Cause she's working.
She working on that pole, bro. She's
She's
doing
doing a lot of goddamn work.
This girl.
You know what though? Oh wait, so you know what? I won't combat you with that. But what I will say is, it's a good thing that both niggas like you and me are at the strip club.
First of all, tip
Right?
strippers, tip your sex workers, tip everybody. Okay,
Yo, I
Buy
pay
your
tip
porn
people
bills.
that work.
I pay
tip your
phone bills.
waitresses.
I
I pay phone bills.
Right? Tip
Buy-
people who work on
I've
tips.
sent
And
sent
not-
women to college.
And not Metro PCS phone bills. I'm talking about Verizon.
He's talking about pocket wireless, cricket.
Yeah, your cricket wireless.
Nah,
bullshit.
Verizon. I pay Verizon phone bills.
So
Wait. So
your sex workers.
did you?
Buy your porn.
nah, don't buy
Don't
your
buy
porn.
porn.
Don't buy your porn.
Don't buy
That's
porn.
stupid.
It's
There's
2020.
too much on
Pornhub is
Pornhub.com.
amazing.
Like,
XXN.
it was down though.
What?
That was the worst
Wait a
2
second.
days of my life.
Stop.
That was the worst 2 days of my life. I don't even
Because
want to talk about
she just turned me on again. How the fuck do you know Pornhub
was
was
dark
down?
ages.
How
Yeah.
much porn do you watch?
She knew it from Twitter.
Nah, stop.
I
Be
don't.
real,
I don't get my
Ashley.
porn from Twitter. I'm a very respectable person on Twitter.
Not me. I'm on
Pornhub was down to limited access.
How
the
much
other
porn
day
that?
do you watch, Ashley?
How do you know that?
Yeah,
because I was on it.
Ashley. So answer
So
my
what kind
question.
of porn do you
How
watch?
much porn do you watch?
I don't. You can't quantify it. We go through ebbs and flows and cycles.
Fuck, I love you.
You know what I'm
Continue.
saying?
Yes,
Like,
ebbs
it's what
and
I'm
flows
saying.
and
Like, you
cycles.
don't.
Yeah, I'll be on page like 36. Like, yo, I'm fucked up.
Yo, wait, no, is it? Have you ever been that? Have you actually realized?
Yo,
that you have
I've
days
been that
like-
picky.
You're
Like,
like,
I'm
you're-
fucked up.
So
Like,
what's
something's
your
wrong with me.
type of porn you like?
Ooh.
Like your go like when you know you just want
AJ, pay attention.
What's your go to real
Yeah,
quickly?
yeah.
Let's go around the table. with
I
this.
like interesting power dynamics.
Can you please explain for the people who don't understand
Like
that?
slave and master type shit?
not quite slave
Yeah,
and
that white-
master.
that-
It's
that white
weird
part
because
of
like
you is-
when we talking about fetishes and we talk about what turns people
So
on.
you like
can't
kink.com?
Let it
you
finish,
can't
let it finish.
draw a straight line between like my personality and what I like to watch for porn. Like there's really
What's the
not-
last porn you've watched?
Wait, but all her personalities have different things.
No, that's a good question. What's the last porn
She's a
you
Virgo.
watched?
the last I have no idea. It's hard. I don't know.
What was it about?
I think I was doing like
About niggas fucking.
yeah, they was having sex.
Wait,
and
niggas
then,
like two dudes?
No.
No.
It was
Do you prefer
think
men
I
and
like-
man and girl
I
or
like,
women and women?
I like it's weird now because I'm older. Because like when you're
You're only 30. Stop saying older.
31.
Folks. God.
Right, no, go ahead.
You used to like watch like like that teen porn, like that weird shit, right? Like that's like with younger girls going after older men.
No, that was never.
I was into that for a little while.
Because you was like an older niggas.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Continue.
Black
I
Air
mean,
Force.
I would
She like,
buy
wait.
me a house. I'm good. Like so.
No, but keep going. Like,
she like, I like wrinkly
And so
balls. So
now
what?
it's weird though, because now I'm like, well, I'm in my 30s, and like no man is gonna look at me as like a teenager now. So now I'm like watching like MILF shit, which is a weird.
It's an interesting category. Like
weird
stepmom MILF type
category.
shit.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
is it like stepbrother stuff?
It is like stepmom MILF shit. I don't. It's
I can
weird.
watch that with the sound off. Like I can't hear. I can't
I
hear.
don't know
him.
why. And
No,
I'm
no,
not
it's
gonna
cool.
try to explain
No,
it.
don't. I respect.
But
that.
they're built nicely.
What about your? What about your?
They are. Like I like the MILF porn shit. To be honest with you, I'll be looking for like specific porn stars now.
Like midget, fucking.
like before, like a Bella Danger, like you know what I'm saying, Lana
Okay.
Rhodes.
No,
You know what I'm
my
saying?
what was her name? Oh shit.
Who you got? Emily Willis is one of mine right now.
Oh shit, what is her name?
What's she look like?
Diamond. No.
Oh, Diamond. Oh, what's
no,
her-
not Diamond.
Not Diamond Kitty.
No. It's
I know all of them.
Just give Bianchi the first letter.
That's it. That's all I need.
All right. While
I'm gonna find
while she
it.
pull it out, Benny, what's your? Oh wait, you never told us what your type of porn.
Oh my. I like POV shit.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Really?
I like POV shit.
I do
It's
like
weird
some
though.
of the more
It's
amateur shit.
it's weird though because like I'm gonna be 100% transparent. Like I like watching like girls do anal, but like I've seen it and shit like fucked me up because like I was like, yeah, that's probably not sanitary. But like I seen them go from like A to V.
Skin Diamond.
I know who that is.
Of course you do.
But like I've been watching it where it's like they go from A to V. to A to V to mouth.
Fuck with Ashley.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ashley
I'm just
Banx.
like,
That's like a urinary tract infection.
Yeah, that's that.
But
to me,
like-
that I couldn't get into that.
But mainly because like,
Ass, mouth,
but mainly
ass.
because like, why do you watch it? It's a fantasy thing, right? Like you watch it for fantasy. I don't know many women that would actually be interested.
you
in
know
doing
why
that.
we wouldn't be interested in it is because if you've ever had a UTI, that shit is. I would not
Painful.
wish a UTI on my worst enemy.
Right.
And I've had enough of them.
And I'm aware that like they take like straight like serious like before like what am I trying to say?
You have to clean yourself really.
Yeah.
And really
So
sanitary.
it's funny too because like we like to keep porn in this fantasy realm. I think in our minds, right?
Until we
But
get in the
real-
best
But
thing. Yeah.
if you've had enough sexual experience, right, like you
Or
get to a
in the
point
industry.
where like your experience creeps in and you can't enjoy it anymore. So for like BBC porn, I'd be like, yeah, like you get on porn and be like, I'd like to see like a BBC
big ass
porn, right?
dick,
Like,
yeah.
let's do it. And then I'd be like, you know what? I've been in these situations. It's not that fun.
Like, that
So
shit hurt.
Yeah, size, what's she
you-
say?
you're
Size
like,
15 black Air Forces?
You going and you like, you know what? No, I don't like this. Let's stop. You know what I mean?
Yo.
And so you can't do it. But anytime I see that kind of like A to V shit, I'm like, that's a UTI. That's what's happening right there. That woman has a week full of pain ahead of her.
But she struck a good point. Like when you've experienced it, like it's no longer fun to watch.
Right. You
Because you
can't.
know what it is.
What's your favorite porn, Betty?
I like homemade.
I do like homemade.
Yeah, I don't like.
I
better.
respect.
Yeah.
I really respect the community porn. That's one of my.
Yeah.
I can't watch the made ones because it's too fake. You know what I mean?
But now
the
the
homemade
amateurs are
ones,
doing
yeah.
a lot of like now that everyone has access to video editing, now they're doing
Like
these
the amateurs
staged-
looking like-
amateurs doing
yeah.
staged
Yeah,
And with
yeah.
the
scenarios and
11
shit,
is
you know?
like you got a deal.
I like the cell phone joints. I like the
Said,
cell phone
you
joints.
got night mode on your camera.
Yeah, it's like you gotta fucking hold your phone like this.
Now
and
that you
shit.
got night mode,
Now you got night mode.
So what's yours?
fucking gyro.
Because I want to ask you a quick question. What's yours?
No, go ask the
Wait,
question.
that ain't gonna be a quick question.
All right, so
No, it's not a big
so
question. Go ahead.
have y'all ever made your own shit and jerked off to it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
Yes.
She's like yes.
Like so for me,
But
well,
it
you sound like
loses-
you were horrid about
But
it.
it loses its flavor real quick. Because here's the thing.
Well, you
there's-
left the nigga. Of course, it ain't gonna be the same thing.
No, even
AJ, my nigga. All right, continue.
I
now.
like this guy already.
it's like
AJ Ivan full.
like you watch it and you're not just watching
I'll pay
it
for
like to like watch it because now I'm like critiquing my
See, that's
performance
the thing.
and I don't
See,
like
I
that
don't
and
do
I
that.
can't go back and change it.
I be doing it because I
like
want to relive.
like
good
bitch,
moments.
why you talking so damn much? Shut the fuck
I'm like,
up.
hey,
You
we
know what
gotta
I mean?
do this shit again.
Stop moaning. What the fuck? Why are you making noises? But in the moment you're like, well, I can't just sit here and get fucked because it's not gonna translate well to the camera. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like
You're
it's
aware that the camera is there.
exactly.
Yeah,
So there's
yeah.
no objectivity. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yo,
it's
that's mad
hard.
funny.
I don't know. I want to change porn though. I just don't like.
I don't
like,
be critiquing my shit. I just say, yo, nigga, you did your
I,
thing.
no, because the
Well,
thing
that's
is like,
good.
Like, look at that stroke.
they're like, okay, if you look up biracial porn, it's always black and white. For me, that's horrible. That's like that
I
kills
hate
me.
that shit.
You know, that's all biracial porn is.
But
And
it's
then-
black men and white women.
Exactly. That's exactly the only thing. It's black.
I want to see
and-
black women get. That's my problem, actually.
Go
But
ahead.
that
I was
only-
gonna- I was
All
gonna-
that
the
only
fetishes-
happens. That only
all the
happens
fetishes-
upscale.
All the fetishes I want to watch, the black women being in the protagonist role is so limited.
Yeah.
So like, if I want to watch like I don't know, black cheerleader fucks her coach, right? Like something like that. There's
Yeah.
like 5 videos. I've gone through that library. I'm done. Like you know what I mean? Like, but you put in cheerleader fucks coach. It's all these white
Interracial.
girls. It's white bitches or like cheerleader fucks her black coach. Like I don't want to see that shit. No, I want to see a black girl. Like put me in, coach. Like put me in the game.
So when you want to start filming, I'm
Right?
saying,
You might start branding yourself.
I'm just saying. No, but you know what? No, in all honesty, like that's a goal of mine. Like I would like to be able to get like,
You want to get in porn?
oh hell yeah,
I low key would do it.
I want to because the thing is like,
I wouldn't.
I'm pretty sure you low key have done it.
I first went to school to be a
cares
sex
about the guy.
therapist. That's the thing. Because the thing is
beautiful.
like for men, sexuality is always it's always like it's one part. You're the beast. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not. You don't look at it as a sensitive
black
wife. You don't
man,
look at it as a
especially.
black man.
Yeah.
As a black man, you're just sexualized.
Yeah.
You're only a BBC. You don't ever see black guys with like just a, the average dick like
I've
everybody else.
got a
has.
normal sized dick, and
You know?
I just like to give some good strokes.
That's-
you know what I mean?
Where's the MBCs at?
Right.
The medium black dicks.
Right.
Anybody want to see that?
Medium black.
It sucks because the thing is like now
If I'm gonna look at a big black, I want a big dick. I want a big black dick. I don't want a small black dick.
okay, you went to the same college I went to, right?
Yeah.
And you probably heard stories too. But a lot of white girls would just fuck me for the fact
For
of
the fact you're a black man.
Oh,
black- of the
100%.
black being with a black
Yeah,
man.
man, dingo fantasy.
You'll be surprised, right? How many like older women
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how many old
I ain't
women want
complaining
that?
right
That
now
shit
'cause
is
I feel I'm giving
real.
back to
It's
like
real.
There is an open
I'm
market for that.
You
It's
old,
real.
like, you old.
But like, yeah, if you can make it for sure, like do it. Like take the
fuck
money.
it, right?
It's like we're taking back our intergenerational wealth. It's 2020. Like do it any way you can. You know what I mean? So like.
So if you and AJ ever want, need that third
Oh,
man,
the third person.
you know
Yeah,
what
we
I'm saying?
working. We gonna.
Or if you want a couple things,
He
hey,
a
hit
little
us up.
resistant, but we gonna get him there.
Tell me.
You'd be fucking surprised how many times he says that on this show.
What's your conversion ratio?
I'm like, oh no, I don't really play with any people on the show. That's horrible. If we have to have you back on the show, it's like so awkward.
No, it was a very good story.
I mean, honestly, like I feel like the catch-up would be awesome.
I feel like that's a good. Y'all are friends now. Like y'all get along.
Y'all more
and,
interpersonal.
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
She's seen
Yeah.
the monster.
Listen here. We're not talking about big dick energy. We're just talking about average, okay? It's just
The M-
Look,
and the
can I
M-
just say
the MBC?
that for anyone that's insecure about the size of their dick,
Please, wait, hold on, wait. Get into the mic and talk to this because I'm so happy a woman's actually talking about
Because
this.
he's
please.
insecure about the size.
No,
of
I'm
his-
not. No, but
I'm just joking, I'm just joking.
leave
I'm
it
pretty
alone.
sure Matt will pull out his dick if anybody asks him.
It is a big thing with men,
It
like,
is a
especially
thing.
black men. If you don't have a big dick,
it's a
you look
thing,
shame
and I
upon
think it
yourself.
needs to be addressed. Like
Right.
most women, well, I can only speak for myself, but I will say that having tried a variety of penises in the world,
Damn, in the world?
different
Holy
cultures
shit,
and
not even
everything,
in the state? No.
Wait.
Go for it.
I've sampled. It's a sample.
Have you sampled all the cultures pretty much, like Asian all the way through?
I got my belts. Yeah,
High five.
Have you tried Asian?
yeah, I got my belts.
Was it true?
He was half, so it was not. He was half.
I love Ashley.
I'm
dude.
just
We gotta
saying.
get her back
It
on the
was
show.
not bad.
Where we at for time? Though?
I was saying like,
120.
oh, we can wrap up, but like,
Wrap it up.
it's more about what you're doing because I've had sex with men who have really large dicks and think their whole life they've been told my dick is big and I can do whatever the fuck I want, and that is not true. You need to be engaged, like, and know what the hell you're doing in order to make somebody feel good. So it is not about size; it is about skill.
Thank you.
Okay. And if you, and especially if you happen to be well endowed, then you need to be extra cautious with what the fuck it is that you're doing. It's so much easier for you to fuck up than it is for
To
you
her,
to show
exactly.
up and do well.
Fuck up your
But
stomach
if you
lining and
have a
shit.
schmedium or
Chode.
long,
Schmedium.
long,
Medium-sized
schlong,
dick print.
whatever it is, do what you can, learn your angles, and put in
It's
your
all about
fucking
the stroke
work.
game. It's
Yeah,
all about
put in
that
your
stroke
work.
game.
Or
And
just-
it's
or
about
just
the
be- or just-
foreplay.
Or just be
Foreplay.
really good at eating pussy.
Eat
pussy.
that ass.
That too.
Yeah. As a woman, let's go real quickly to this because you know what? I'm sorry, brought up real quickly. As a woman, right? So, D Wade,
Do you like getting
my
your booty
man-
hole licked? Because he was about to beat around the bush.
No, that's not what I'm gonna say. Seems like shut the fuck. Anyway, D Wade admitted that he likes gay when you eat his ass out. She said most women too. Do you agree with that?
That most
Women should eat their men's ass out too.
they should.
That's all I want
If
to
a
say.
dude wants it done, listen. Sex is it's a dance between two and or more people or yourself.
But you
sometimes.
should-
Oh, you-
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should do what feels good and, like, leave, assuming you're in an enclosed space, leave the world behind. Do what the fuck feels good.
Yo,
All right, hold on. So, I want to ask this question. Vianci, have you ever had your asshole eaten? Be honest.
No, I'm being 100% honest. You know, I'm always real with this shit. I've never had that done before.
Really?
Oh,
I
I'm
can't wait.
sorry.
Yo, if you are lying, if you ate Viachi's ass, please hit us up with a picture.
I'm not
picture?
gonna do it.
Oh, yeah?
I'm taking.
No,
Sorry.
I didn't ask you.
I'm saying I'm not
But
gonna do it.
I did appreciate your sympathy, though.
Yeah, I
What's
feel
this
really
with,
bad for you.
With
Whiskey.
So
Just
here's the
with
thing. I've never done it. Like, I've never had it done, right?
have you done it?
I've done it.
Okay.
But, like, I've never had it done. And there was a girl who was, like, you know, jerking me off, kissing my balls and shit like that. And she was working her way down. I was young. I was like, oh, hey, what you doing?
That's the thing. So, like, the first dude the guy that took my virginity or whatever,
Yeah.
popped my cherry, like, he didn't like even if I would grab his ass like during sex. He got real, like swatted my hand away, and so for a long
That's a lot
time,
of black guys. That
I
don't
didn't.
like
It's,
that.
it's, African.
It's a masculine.
Especially
Nigerian.
African.
He
It's
was
a
Nigerian.
masculinity
He's
thing.
Nigerian.
Nah, I think it's a black thing.
It's a Nigerian.
Because I know
well,
a
he
lot
was
of-
Christian and Nigerian, and that's what it was.
Oh yeah.
So he
Yeah,
would
yeah.
swat my
You
hand
ever had your
away.
asshole licked?
I think I might have once.
How do you think?
Good.
So I'm not sure. I was too into it.
There you go.
I think so.
Mav,
though.
you get your asshole ate?
Oh hell yeah, man.
I love your relationship so much.
That's great.
I do. I mean,
And does that happen to you on a frequent basis?
That my butt gets licked?
Yeah. What about you licking butt?
Yeah, it happens.
Have you licked AJ butt?
But like, what's no? I won't do that. I won't
AJ
do
gonna
that.
be mad. No, stop.
I won't do that. I won't do that. But I
AJ
will
gonna-
ask. I will ask. All right. So like, is it like a thing like when you're going down on him and he's on his like back or something, and you just happen to lift his balls and give it a little, mwah? Or is it like he's like, all right, babe, like, get on my knees and like do your thing? Like, how, like what is it?
I think that we sometimes in life find ourselves in situations where you just have to
Okay, so he's on.
look
all
at the
fours.
available options and go with it, and that's what happens.
There's nothing wrong with a man on all fours.
There's
Okay.
nothing wrong with it.
Like
Like,
me personally, that's not, I'm not doing that.
if it makes you uncomfortable, then fine.
See, yeah,
each their own.
I don't really like butt sex.
Does
Sorry,
he?
does that? No, he's not.
He's not into that like that.
I mean, he's okay with what is provided. We do all right. But
no,
it's
I
like,
get that. I get that.
we do fine.
I'm pretty sure you guys do great. It's
like, you know what I
each
mean?
person has their
Their
thing.
thing.
Everybody has
I
their
don't see the thing is like I don't like the whole blood and people spitting back and forth in the mouth. I
Wait,
can't.
what?
I do.
I like
I
spitting.
I'll be real
like
with you.
it.
I'll be real with you.
Spit.
I will hold my hand on her neck, open her mouth, grab her by the hair, and spit in her mouth.
Yeah, I can't.
That shit is sexy.
Yo, I'm not bullshitting. Like, that's
you
my
know what?
shit.
There's a thing.
Yo, open your mouth. Open your mouth. Put your tongue out.
Wait, like unexpectedly?
bro, you just I'm telling you. Just
But here's the thing: people's preferences change over
Yeah,
time, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
we
And
have
that's-
this thing in my relationship where I'll say I like something, and because I say I like it, he tries to like deliver it over and over and over, and I'm like, honey, I know I said I like
just has to
it,
call for the moment.
but I don't know that I like it today.
Smell
Maybe.
that shit.
Sexual.
What does
and
it smell
it's-
like?
You ever smelled that?
It's
It's
called,
good.
You know what
I never
you know
had
what
that
that's
before.
called?
Oh,
You know what that's called? When you understand that, it's called sexual communication.
right? And so
It's
I
being
think
able to
like
read the
it's
room.
very
You know what
it's
I'm
very
saying?
sweet that I know he's trying to like please me in ways.
Nigga, thank you.
like?
It's strong as fuck.
It sounds beautiful.
Because you love drinking. That shit hit me so hard.
That smells like the black, the dry erase marker.
Yo,
Oh, damn. That's how strong that shit is?
You put
Yo,
yourself
bro.
your whiskey.
Betty about to be. Yeah, he said I can't smell. I'll be drunk.
But no. Like,
I don't
yo,
even think there's alcohol in bitters.
Nah, there isn't, right?
yo, but that's my shit.
It's just
though.
add, like, whatever.
That's my shit.
Yeah, it just really opens up the flavor of whatever it is that you're drinking. It's great.
That's my shit.
I don't think there's.
It's 45% alcohol by volume. How do you not say
damn.
no? 45 proof.
You might be an alcoholic. So, but no, Mav, like, yeah, it's not your shit. You don't like spitting. You don't spit. You don't like spitting in mouths.
So here's the thing.
You don't like spitting in
And-
mouth?
I love that
I'm
shit.
gonna be completely honest with you at the two reasons why. All right. One part, I could probably see myself doing it later on, like we talked about.
Yeah.
But right now, like, I'm a parent. Right?
What? Keep going.
Hear me out. All right.
I like this. I like this answer though.
All right. You ever had baby drool on you? That shit scarred me, right? Baby drool on you, like you ever have a baby up and they drool on your face? Like that shit's disgusting and it fucks you. So because of that,
It's context.
It's
Because of-
contextual experience. Like
because
for
of
sure.
that, it's like I can't because I do it. I know how it feels. So I'm like, what if she's just doing this because she loves me and then she don't really like it? So it fucks me up. So I can't.
I think that's a very real statement though.
Oh my
It- it-
God.
it's
I
very
dig it, I dig it,
real.
I
I'm
dig it,
being
I dig it.
honest.
It's
Like,
very
But
real.
so me not having kids,
It's very
like
real.
me
I'm
not
just
having
saying-
kids. I understand. I
it's
understand what you're
very
saying. I understand. What
Like-
you're, but it's hilarious.
That's
I understand what you're saying. But I'm telling you, there's nothing sexier, yo. Like when you just holding her by her neck.
But so here's the thing though. Like I told my boyfriend I like it when somebody chokes me and spits in my mouth, right? And so now, sorry everyone, but now
Beyonce's like,
Now you
sometimes
spit in your
when
mouth
it
all the time now and
happens,
shit.
sometimes when it happens, I'm like,
I wasn't expecting it.
well, it's like
It wasn't the right time, right?
I
It
really
wasn't the right
signed up
time
this
for
today,
it.
You know what I mean?
it's sexual communication.
And so I think like it's like I've never been a person who likes questions like what's your favorite blah 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 because you're not asking I don't want to write something in stone. My opinion will change
Yeah.
the next day.
it's
So
just on moves,
what's your
right?
favorite movie? Like you're asking 5-year-old Ashley that she's gonna answer. Well,
low-key
it's still
had it.
Beauty and the Beast, but like, for the most part,
Change the song.
I low key had a girl who couldn't get off unless she was choking her.
it happens.
I had a girl
And
who
some
low-key
people
couldn't
really
get
have things that they like and they continue to like. I don't know myself that well, and I don't want to write off future Ashley for something that she might like down the road.
Future Ashley.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
For something she might like.
When she start deleting those pictures, deleting those pictures.
Subliminal. It was not subliminal.
start deleting
I'm
those
saying,
pictures,
Like, future
AJ coming.
Ashley. Future Ashley.
AJ's buying those Air Forces. He's like, yo,
AJ, I got
today's the day.
listen.
About to be a real nigga.
I got nothing against their relationship, but I'm talking about future single Ashley. I ain't talking about their relationship.
Future Ashley might like something different tomorrow than she does today, and I don't want somebody to get the impression that what I say today goes for tomorrow. That's it.
Do you break that out on the first date? Like not first date, but the first time you have sex? Do you break out that crazy?
Uncommon
No,
that those two things
those
are the same
that
thing.
normally comes out because you want
Yo.
to see how far you're gonna go with this relationship. But
She a grown ass woman I'm talking to.
last, we're gonna start wrapping this up.
Go ahead.
I fuck with Ashley.
Real last thing, Ashley, can you please, before we end this, just really. Shit, nigga, what's going on? Shit.
They do some real sexy shit. Don't they?
All right, so here, wrap this shit up so we can go down there.
What would you say for anybody who wants to start pole if they were like worried about family and everything? Like, what's right now? If you had to tell somebody, the audience who's really thinking about pole, what they need to do.
I didn't do anything remotely athletic for 10 years before I stepped foot in a pole studio. Right. I'd done nothing. And I couldn't do a pull-up. Okay? Couldn't do a pull-up. If you go to my Instagram, you will, like, flash it on the screen at this point. Okay. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll see the shit that I do. It's better than a pull-up.
It's impressive.
And
It is.
Yeah.
you build that as you go. I do nothing outside of pole. I don't go anywhere else. All I do is,
real quick.
I don't really, they don't pop. So
Shit, like they
Nah, but
don't pop.
She's I saw.
built. She's
She
built.
has
Yeah.
this little one suit on. I saw her come in here. Yo,
They
the
don't really
abs,
they don't pop on camera.
the
That's my
abs
bad.
with the belly button ring. Like that's my biggest.
So-
like that's my.
Just come any way that you are. Come in off the street. We will take you. Doesn't matter what size you are. You don't have to wait till you lose weight. You don't have to wait for anything.
Just get in here.
And honestly, pole is not about losing weight. It's not about getting quote unquote in shape. It's about doing exercise that makes you feel good.
Word.
So
Makes you feel
anybody can do it.
All right, so tell them where we at, the address, all of that.
Oh, it's a one piece.
Yeah, it's a one piece.
We're at Boston Pole Fitness, which is 18 Fordham Road in Allston, Massachusetts, which is a neighborhood of Boston. You should definitely come. We have classes 7 days a week.
Nice.
You start with a beginner class, and there's all different avenues. You can go sporty, you can go choreo, you can go do sexual and sensual, like whatever it is that you want. You do it at the comfort level that you feel, and we will work with you.
Awesome.
So.
All right, guys. So as always, thank you for watching.
He's doing my shit.
Right,
No,
what the
no,
fuck
no.
are you doing?
Let me finish. Nigga,
Doing my
damn.
shit.
Anyways, if you have any questions or anything, as always, hashtag LTAD.
Thank you everyone for watching. My name is Vianci. With me as always,
Benny.
and
Mav.
much love to our special guest.
Hi, I'm Ashley again.
love
Just try to spell your Instagram really quick. We'll be quiet while you do it.
A.DRE.A.
We'll just put it in the bottom.
Day.
You realize that
A Dre a day.
that is the
Period
worst.
between.
That is the worst
Right.
Instagram handle of all time. All right, so make sure you guys check her out.
Oh,
Listen,
Alex Trebek too soon.
but he didn't pass away.
No,
die?
he's fighting liver cancer.
Oh.
I was like, this nigga died.
What the fuck?
It's
pancreatic cancer. I'm sorry.
How about did we
which
miss
has a
something?
3% survival
It's
rate.
a very low survival rate.
Yeah, 3%.
But we love you, Alex.
But we love
RoboCop.
everybody. We love you,
Yeah.
Alec. We love you, Kobe.
Because she took the jab earlier.
do.
Nah.
You know what? We
yeah.
love everybody that lost because
But
you know
also
Kobe's
the Celtics have 17 championships. So do the Lakers.
We love everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk After Dark. Peace.
Make sure you follow us
Oh, yeah, Benny.
on Facebook, Instagram. Let's Talk Us
Wait, are we
Now.
pretending Lakers Celtics doesn't exist just because Kobe died?
Peace.
He wasn't at the start.
Oh, I love
This is
you.
gonna be one of those fade out like audios.
But yeah, anyways, listen to us on Spotify. SoundCloud. No, not SoundCloud.
Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts,
Apple,
Google, Amazon, Google, all of that shit.
All that shit.
We love y'all.
We out.
Make sure you follow
Peace.
Ashley.
Yes.
Peace.
This beautiful woman. Peace.
Hell yeah.